Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Neverending Train. I am Kai, your DM for the day, and would our three lovely players like to introduce themselves and their characters, starting from the top?
Hello, I'm Kirst, and I'll be playing as Zvrk, who is a small child that is really afraid of fire, and they're still salty about the fact that clouds aren't cotton candy. They're so salty, they just kept telling me that.
I'm so sorry, Zvrk. They might be cotton candy in other carriages, but sadly they were not in your last.
Yeah.
And next up?
I'm Kraken. Today I'll be playing Admiral Abbigull, who is an old Grandma Seagull.
And we love her. And last but certainly not least...
Hi, I'm Hexabeast, just Hex is fine, and I'm playing Baph today, who is a scared rubber hose goat.
It's gonna be amazing, because the fact that you prefaced that with scared and like what I've got for this carriage is gonna be fun. Alright, I am actually...
fantastic.
I am gonna preface this game a little bit, like I said to you guys before, but now that we've got more of an audience turning up, this game is not going to be ha-ha funny chaos like the previous carriage was. It still has the potential to be ha-ha funny chaos, depending on what our players bring, but there are a couple of seeds full of things that may turn it a tiny bit serious. I do not expect this to get emotions heavy, but if you are just looking for something silly, this may not be absolutely ideal, because I have plots and plans. And I think before we begin, let's just quickly... Actually, I'm going to roll a d3 real quick to see who turns up first. Number 3, Baph, that is you. So we'll begin with you for today. And how long do you reckon it's been since your last carriage? How have you been going?
I would say it's been probably like a couple of, like 5-ish carriages, so it's been a few, enough for her to get a pretty good idea of what's going on here, and still not be completely downtrodden about how long it's been.
Yeah, no, remind me, because I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Baph never actually found out anything about being on a train, did she?
No, she did not at the time.
Yeah, alright, now that you have been through a couple more carriages, you haven't encountered any people, but you may have gotten a couple of clues for things. Do you want to roll a straight d20 real quick, and I can tell you if you've managed to find out a bit more?
Absolutely. That's an 18.
That's fantastic. That's alright. You are a little bit limited in that you haven't encountered other people, but with that, you have been lucky enough to encounter some denizens of the train, and one of them actually did mention that, yeah, this is a train. They weren't really able to give much other information, but you have, like, kind of pieced together bits and pieces from your travel that you seem to be on a giant magical train, and each of these... sometimes cities, sometimes forests, sometimes mountains, sometimes cozy little coffee shops. They're all carriages, they are all singular constructions as opposed to somewhere being transported around a world somewhere. You don't know really what you're meant to do on the train. You don't really know how to get off. You've just got this for now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And yeah, I think with that, as you go through the next door, how are you feeling about things?
Baph is feeling, I wouldn't say confident, but she's getting into a kind of groove. She's figured out, okay, I'm supposed to do a thing, and then I move on, hopefully, towards the end of whatever this is. So she's in a groove, kind of.
Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. If you've kind of got some momentum up, it's easy enough to keep going. It's a pretty decent neutral mental state then. As you arrive in this next carriage, can I get a quick perception check then?
Absolutely. That's just a straight d20. That's a 6.
Fantastic. Astounding. I've actually just got to roll a quick perception check for someone else. Give me a moment.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
I will point out this is something that is not going to have masses of impact on the overall story. This is just
Okay.
kind of a small little fun thing that I wanted to see if I could fit in at the beginning of this, but with that 6, possibly not.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sadly not. All right. Never mind.
10.
Never mind any of
Alright.
that then, because that was a 13 to beat your 6.
Excellent.
Yeah, with that, with a 6, you realize you step out and you suddenly get hit by a whole bunch of humidity, and you get a quick look around and you seem to be in the middle of some sort of forest or jungle. And that's all you find out before we move on to our next person. And let's roll a d2 just to do this. Move it up a bit. Okay, Kraken. Admiral Abbigull, it is you. You have been on the train for a little while now. You've been through a couple of carriages. How many would you say that has been?
Not many. I'd say maybe 3 or 4.
Okay.
Enough kind of the rhythm of what seems to be going on here, but not a sense of where she is or why.
Yeah, did you want to roll a d20 and see if you've managed to find anything out?
Absolutely.
That's a 9. Okay. Yeah, with that, you really don't have any clue of what's going on other than, yeah, you've picked up the rhythm. I will say you have managed to notice that each environment that you move through tends to have, if not a puzzle or like a problem that needs solving, there's always something that needs to be done before you can kind of move on and find the next door. Sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but it's always kind of go to a new place, do a thing, door unlocks, go through the door, go to a new place, and the cycle repeats.
All right.
Yeah. How's the Admiral doing mentally? How are you feeling emotionally?
Confused. A little frustrated. At this point, she's learning to stop expecting for this to be kind of over when she solves a puzzle and finds a door.
Yeah, I can understand it'd be a bit frustrating having to go through this over and over again, even if it was only be a couple of times, like, you're just getting to that point. Alright, as you step through the next door, can I get a perception check from you?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17. Alright, you step out, and you find that you step out right next to this other toon, seems to be some form of goat, standing right in front of you in the middle of this rainforest from the looks of things. You catch a flash of movement in the forest ahead of you, but otherwise things seem to be reasonably still and quiet, other than, general, there's some birds calling, there seems to be insects chirping in the middle of this hot, sweltering, humid rainforest. Do you want to do anything as you've stepped out next to this other person?
I'm gonna say hello. Oh, delightful, wonderful. A person, hello. My name is the Admiral Abbigull. I don't know if Abby's run into anyone else in this adventure yet, but she's always happy to see someone.
Oh, bless. I'm gonna say you probably would have been a little bit unlucky and you haven't come across any carriages with denizens in them. So yeah, this is the first person you've seen.
Oh, thank God. She just immediately wraps Baph up in a hug.
Beth makes a terrified little... Do you give any warning before you do this?
No.
Beth just kind of starts squirming because, oh no, someone grabbed her.
No. Alright, I'm gonna say, if either of you want to attack, make any attack rolls here, now would be the ideal time. But also, I do want to just skip back to our third player, or rather first player, seeing as you went first in the order, and Zvrk. How have you been? How long have you been traveling, or have you just come straight from the Weather Factory carriage?
It was probably a long time, but to be honest, they don't know. they did not know how to count to 20.
Oh.
So
Yeah, the fact that you've had to specify they don't know how to count to 20 is like, are you implying that it's been like 20 or more carriages?
yes.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Dear. Alright, you will have encountered a couple of denizens in that time, so you haven't been completely alone, but yeah, you can it's usually quite easy to tell that denizens aren't like completely living people. Sometimes they seem it, but like if you start talking to them long enough, you can kind of feel like the same dialogue options keep getting pressed for them. So yeah, it probably hasn't been the greatest thing. How are you doing, Zvrk?
Well, I guess they're very confused and kind of lonely, even though they did encounter some denizens.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh no. Well, good news is, as you also step out into this rainforest, may you please roll a perception check as well?
Yep. Okay. Okay, 30 perception.
That's a 9.
Oh.
Okay, so you don't manage to find much about the forest. You only notice, yes, there seems to be a lot of green and it's very humid. Good news is, a 9 is still definitely high enough for you to notice that there are 2 other people in front of you, and they don't seem to just be denizens, because they're hugging and one is kind of squeaking about it. And this is where you 3 go nuts.
At the sight of green, they will immediately screech, "Home!" But then they will see other people, and yeah, they shrink back next to the door.
Oh!
Baph is just like slapping Abbigull's arm. Like, let go, please let go. I don't have anything.
Okay, Abbigull springs back. This person is clearly a little distressed. She's like, oh, sorry, don't mind me. I don't want anything of yours. But Abbigull also heard another person and like swings around. She hasn't seen anyone in a while. So I assume she sees Zvrk at the door.
Yeah.
Also, Zvrk just yelled out "home" as well, so like you would have heard them as well.
Yeah. The hug didn't go so well with this goat tune, so Abbigull has the restraint now, having seen other people, to hold off from doing the exact same. But she gives a big wave and goes, "Oh, hello there."
Hello?
Oh, hi.
You right there, Hex?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Abbigull hugged too hard.
We'll go with that, yes. No, I remember. I'm sorry. She says, are you guys, you're passengers. Okay. That's a relief.
Passengers, eh?
This isn't
Well, that's
home.
new. I don't know what I am, but I'm here and you're here. And for the record, I'm happy about it. Oh boy. When did I last see a person?
I'm not happy.
At least 2 days. That's intolerable.
Oh, I'm sorry. She kind of slowly walks over to Zvrk, and just kind of kneels down, like, what's your name?
My name is Zvrk.
Hi. Hi. I'm Baph. You said your name and I forgot it already. She looks to Abbigull. Abbigull.
Zvrk. Good name. I'm the Admiral. Admiral Abbigull.
Yeah.
And now that we're all introduced and things seem all rightish, Abbigull is peering out, squinting into the forest. She did catch a flash of movement. She's trying to see if she can spot that again.
Ooh, okay. Give me an investigation roll with advantage, seeing as, like, you know the area you're looking for.
Oh boy. Straight D20.
Oh, great. You've got advantage, it's
boy.
okay. That's a 13, that's not terrible. Let's see if you can do better.
Not bad. Let's see.
An 18.
Ha-ha!
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Alright. See, now the bad news is you're not actually gonna find anything, because, they've you can kind of have a look, and you're squinting there, and you maybe even take a couple of steps forward into the forest, but you're fairly sure there's nothing there. With an 18, you even actually, you kind of keep walking to where you're certain you saw this movement coming from, because you've gotten 2, decently high rolls, both times here. And you kind of go up and you press your hand against nothing. Except, yes, there is, because that's a wall there. Your eyes are saying it's definitely not a wall. Your eyes are saying, look, here's miles and miles of more rainforest. But where your hand is pressing against, you can feel like the very slight buzz of possibly magic, possibly machinery, possibly something going on behind this wall that looks like it's just thin air leading into forest.
Don't like that. Say, kids, you want to come over here a second? What do you make of this?
Baph's gonna come over and have a look. What is it?
Well, I can't rightly say.
If people want more information, you're going to need to roll appropriate checks depending on what you want to find out. Like, you could do Arcana, you could do Investigation.
I was about to say Baph is going to do Arcana to kind of have a look around, so...
That's a 10.
Not great.
Okay, good news is because... the Admiral has actually pointed this out, you can, also press your hand against it, and yeah, you can feel that there's something there, so you are aware of the thing, and you also you also get the little buzzing beneath. Do you have fingers, or are they just kind of hooves?
Okay, no, Baph has fingers.
Okay.
Baph has fingers and hands.
I just had to double check for a moment. But yeah, beneath your fingers, you do feel that little buzzing, and with a 10, you can go, yeah, this is definitely magic that you feel. You can't tell what type of magic, you're not really sure how strong a spell it is, you don't know if this is really localized or something bigger, but you can feel the magic there.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, it feels magic. But that's whatever it is beyond me.
Zvrk, did you want to have a go at poking at it?
Yep, they're gonna come next to the thing and then pat it, and they'll do an investigation.
Yeah.
So,
that's a 13. Okay. Let's try to think what any other information. Okay, with this, you don't just kind of pat it, you lean over and you put your head up right next to it, because okay, yeah, obviously there's some sort of visual illusion going on, that's the magic side of things, but you outright put your head up to it, and yeah, you can hear and you can hear the clunking and whirring of something metal, something mechanical, going on behind this wall.
They smile a little bit because it reminds them of something they heard when they were a tiny child.
Oh. Did you want to tell the other two about it as well?
They'll probably just look at them and give a big smile and they won't say anything.
Oh.
So, what, you got something there, kid? What is it?
They say nothing.
Amazing.
Is this wall basically stopping us from going any further into the carriage, or is it just one specific area?
Yeah, that is just on one side. So like you kind of only noticed because it also seems to be up in the same sort of area as the door. Where the movement you saw was like immediately to the right, so you wandered off that way and you kind of felt around, and then your hand like bumped against wall where there should have been air. So from that you can kind of go, all right, that press against there, that seems to be along the same sort of line that the door you came through is on. So this is one wall, but the rest of the forest is still open, as far as you can tell.
Okay. I think with that kind of information, Baph would come to the conclusion of, that's probably just the wall of the carriage. I don't think we can go any further than that. We might fall off the train. I don't know how this works.
Wait, fall off the what?
Yeah,
what?
we're in a train.
Yeah, you're new then, aren't you? We're on a train.
A magical train that doesn't have cloud is cotton candy.
What?
Abbigull takes like a pointed look around at the extremely open and sprawling jungle and just goes, interesting train.
Yeah. I have no idea how we got here or what it's doing, but it definitely is a train. And,
well, if this is a dead end, we got a whole rest of the place to explore.
Yeah, yes. And Baph's gonna turn back to the rest of the jungle and have a look around.
Yeah.
Would that be perception?
Are you just looking, or are you heading out to explore?
She's probably gonna just look around. She doesn't want to leave the other two.
Okay, in that case, I'm not actually going to get you to roll again, because I'm going to go off the roll from when you stepped out of the door, seeing you're not so far away from where the door was.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, again, it's a rainforest. It feels exactly like a rainforest in the same way that you're now used to. Wherever you wind up definitely feels real. But you can also kind of tell, you can see like the very faint glimmerings of open air as you look ahead. But so like the trees might have an end, but you can't see more than that for now.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I guess there's something we're supposed to do here, so should we get going on that?
You two seem to be the experts.
Well, I mean, that's how it's been since I've gotten here, was enter carriage, solve problem, find thing? I don't know. And then you get to move on, so there's probably something we've got to do here. I don't know.
Abbigull's gonna get out her spear and just start like bushwhacking her way forward.
Oh, fantastic.
And how long's the thing here?
Maybe like 10 cars, maybe more. I kind of stopped keeping track. I don't know. What about you? And she turns to Zvrk.
I don't know, because I do not know how to count to 20.
Oh.
Abbigull's appalled. This is a baby.
Oh. Yeah, Baph's also appalled.
Grandmother instincts activated.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, if you like did you want to do anything else, or shall we continue on as you bash your way through this jungle?
Baph's gonna follow Abbigull.
Are there any
I will
flowers?
say, yeah, Abigail's not doing this quietly. She's not a subtle creature.
Amazing. No, okay, no, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah, again, you bash your way through this jungle, like whipping leaves left and right. I just wanted, like, none of you are very tall, are you?
No.
Nope.
No.
Astounding.
I have it in my head that Baph is probably the tallest,
Baph is.
but I don't know how tall Baph is.
Baph is not 3.5 feet. She is short.
Like, how
Oh.
high? Where do you guys measure up on a How many Larrys tall are you?
Baph is about half a Larry.
Okay.
Abigail is 2 inches taller than Engineer.
Okay, so you're also like very slightly over half a Larry.
Yeah.
Zvrk is 3 feet tall.
Which
Zvrk
also
is the
puts
smallest.
no, Zvrk, if you're 3 feet tall, that also puts you at about half a Larry. So
Oh, right.
so
He's
so Zvrk, you're short. You're probably shorter than Baph by like an inch or two, and then Admiral is taller than Baph by like an inch or two. Perfect. All right. That's fantastic, because it means then we have this wonderful reveal as you're bashing your way through the undergrowth, flicking ferns here, there, and everywhere. You, the Admiral, you swipe your spear down and knock this gigantic leaf out of the way, and all three of you get this beautiful moment of realization as the camera pans up slightly, and we get this absolutely gorgeous blue of a grassy field scattered with wildflowers and all types of grasses. You've got trees kind of spanning up and going around this wonderful natural lake, and the most astounding part of it is there are dinosaurs everywhere.
Oh my god, Kai!
There are brontosauruses. I know they're not actually technically dinosaurs anymore, but there are brontosauruses grazing on leaves from the canopy of the rainforest. There are dimetrodons actually eating at various grasses and swimming like on the very, very shallows of the lake. You can see pterodactyls flying across into the mountain in the far distance, and yeah, you are in a giant open area filled with dinosaurs. And can I get everyone to roll me initiative, please?
Oh no!
Oh my god.
What a way to start. Okay, that gets a 15.
That's actually a 4 from me. I put the wrong number, but
That is okay. What was this? I can't spell these dinosaurs' names. I've got to say, one thing I do love about the D&D system, I get irritated about it a lot, but one thing I do love is that it has a large range of dinosaur stat blocks.
oh my god! Oh no!
So I've got a bunch of these. Thank you for being patient while I get all this up. 6. I'm just going to put these two together because it's easier if I do them as a pair. Admiral, what did you get?
It looks like I rolled the 19.
Fantastic. Baph?
I rolled a 4.
Fantastic. And Zvrk?
22.
How the fuck? Okay, you just got a nat 20. Fair enough. All right. Well, good news for me, bad news for you guys. These guys actually get a surprise
Both
round.
Abbigull and Zvrk rolled nat 20s.
How? Holy. Okay. How? I mean, again, your nat 20s will not save you because these guys get a surprise round and you are attacked by 2. Let's see if I can do this right. Deinonychuses. Deinonychus?
You had it right the first time, actually.
Fantastic. Okay, let me show you like a little image of these guys. Thank you 5e Tools for giving me photos. Deinonychuses. Yeah, they're basically like Velociraptor's big feathery brothers, except like more feathery because all dinosaurs are feathery. And we're gonna have
boy.
semi-accurate dinos. And with this, one of them is gonna make a go at Zvrk. You're the smallest, so I'm sorry, it's gonna have a go at you. And I'm...
Oh no.
Let's see if I can get you. That's a +4 to attack. 20 plus 4. That's what's your armor class again?
Armor class 14.
Sadly enough, this Deinonychus comes charging out of the undergrowth that you guys have just come from, and leaps on top of you, swiping you with its claw, and dealing 1d8 plus 2 damage. I probably should have rolled that before I did a thing. Swiping you for 9 slashing damage. Sorry. And not only that, but can I, because it has just come running at you, may you please make a strength saving throw?
Alright.
Please make this. Except please don't, because it's great. Oh, that's a crit
Oh,
fail.
no!
Fuck.
Ah!
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, with that, I'm gonna be nice and not take off too much damage. Please take another 1 bludgeoning damage as you are knocked prone as this dino just leaps straight on top of you, knocking you to the ground. Its claw, like talons, digging into your chest. And yeah, as you are knocked over, you hit your head on a rock and take an extra 1 bludgeoning damage. I'm sorry, Zvrk.
Oh god.
And I'm also sorry to say, Baph, you're next.
Oh boy!
That's
That
yeah.
a 16 hits.
Yeah. Okay. And again, that 1d8 plus what was it? 2. That's 8 damage. And again, please make a strength saving throw.
Excellent.
That's a
That's
10.
a 10.
You also get knocked over, though. Good news, it wasn't a crit fail, so you don't take any extra damage there.
Yay!
Yeah. And that's their go. 2
As a
people.
reaction, can I cast Hellish Rebuke?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Fantastic. It gets to make a dex save.
It's actually decent at those. So, 20 plus 2. That's a crit fail.
All right. So then it gets to take 4d10
Ooh.
of fire damage.
Nice.
Well, come on.
If you wipe this thing out in one hit.
That's
Okay.
25 damage.
Okay, I would just like to go. This is where I make a choice because a Deinonychus has 26 hit points. So on one hand, it is hilarious to keep this thing alive on that 1 solitary hit point. On the other hand, it did roll a crit fail on its dex save, so it kind of makes sense that you would hit it straight off the thing. This is your choice. Do you want to wipe this thing out in one shot because it was stupid and stood right in the way or after knocking you over? Or do you want it to stick around?
I kind of want it to be that she accidentally just blasted this thing away.
Fantastic. I will take that. This I should have.
Completely nuked it.
Even Baph looks surprised.
Yeah, like there's this one moment where probably like you're still halfway through falling as it pounces on you, and like, do you shout anything as you are casting this spell? Please make it funny.
Honestly, she probably just does that goat scream.
You know what? And as you scream, the dinosaur is just instantly consumed in flames. You get like this 1 split second where it kind of just like cocks its head to the side, like what the fuck, and then whoosh, incinerated dinosaur. Congratulations, it's gone.
She just kind of stares at her hands from the floor because she's on the floor.
Amazing. Yeah, you have still been knocked prone, but the good news is you don't have a dinosaur on top of you anymore. And with that, we go to the top of the order. Zvrk, you still have a dinosaur on top of you.
Oh no.
Good news is you now know how many hit points they have. Realistically, I should have gotten them to attack you more, but I'm gonna be nice.
Yay!
They have 3
Fear.
attacks. Oh, you're casting fear. Yes, please. What do I have to...
No, I don't. Wait, fear is an actual spell.
Yes.
Yes.
It's great.
Oh, I was just saying fear because Zvrk is afraid.
Okay, no, that's fair. Oh, poor Zvrk. On the
Plus,
plus...
I have a feeling.
Yeah,
I have a feeling like they will try to slap the dinosaur.
Oh, is that just like you just go? Is that just an unarmed strike?
Yes.
Do you have proficiency in unarmed strikes?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, like unless you're a monk, you generally don't. Please roll to attack. Which is just like a d20 plus your strength, no proficiency, I believe.
Right.
I love Zvrk. Zvrk is that's a 19. Okay,
Oh,
that
wow.
hits. Bad news is unarmed strikes, when you're not proficient, technically only ever deal 1 damage. So we get this wonderful moment of you just kind of going, slap the Deinonychus across the face, and like his head kind of turns to the side and then just whips back to you, growling, teeth bared, because it's now you've made it even more angry. Before it was just hungry, now it is angry and hungry. So
Oh no!
Oh no!
Admiral, it's up to you.
Oh, good lord.
Save the child, please.
Please.
Oh, yeah. The Admiral is casting Guiding Bolt at the dino that's on Zvrk.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything, or do you need to roll to attack?
Hold on. Let's roll to attack, it looks like.
Okay.
Spell modifier +6. Yay.
That's a 9.
Oh no!
Obviously, you have launched. I know this is not technically how it works with the whole second thing. Obviously, you launched this thing at the exact same time that Zvrk was slapping the dino, because this guiding bolt just goes whooshing past the head and smashes into a tree, and the dino does not take notice. Do you have any like bonus actions or movements you want to do?
Oh.
Because if not,
Can
it's
I
back
just
to
straight up attack with a spear as a bonus?
I mean, do you have that as a bonus action? I don't think you do you?
I don't think I do.
Yeah, no, unless it's in your abilities. Sadly not, you'll have to save that for next round. Which unfortunately is after the dino has a go, and like I probably should have done last time, but I was much more having fun with it leaping out at you. It gets 3 attacks, and Zvrk, I'm sorry, you are still pinned underneath it. I'll be nice and I won't give it advantage though.
Phew.
D20 plus. Okay, this is attack 1. That hits. Attack 2. I can't type. What was your armor class?
14.
Okay, yeah. So that one doesn't hit, and then it's bite, which does not hit. Okay, so thankfully it only scratches you again. I don't know how you managed to dodge out of the way when you were pinned underneath this thing, but you find a way to dodge out of the way, and you only take 7 slashing damage. As this thing, again, rakes across your face with its little claws. And with that, we move on to Baph.
Oh boy. Well, let's see. Do you go with the rule that you have to spend your movement standing up? To
Yeah.
not be prone?
Considering,
Okay.
yeah, you were specifically knocked prone. Good news is you are, like, right next to this thing. It's 10 feet away max.
Yeah. So gonna cast Eldritch Blast on it,
Always fun.
because always fun, especially because at 5th level you get 2 of them. So
Nice.
let's do. Oh, that's a +6. Okay. Boop. Wow.
That sadly does not hit. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You guys can't get a hit on this fucking dino.
Should I roll the second one, or should we
Yeah.
just count both black? Okay.
No, let's do them separately, because I do want you guys to win this. So we
Okay.
can move on to the rest of the game.
There we go. That's
Hey.
24.
Dirty 24. Alright, roll damage.
Excellent. So that is a... Oops, wrong one. No. D10 plus 3. Boop. 9 damage.
9, not bad. Yeah, with that, the Deinonychus turns its head back towards you now, and well done, Baph. You are now the center of its attention.
Oh boy! Oh, and as a bonus action, I cast Mage Armor on myself.
A wise move, a very wise move. And with that, we're back to the top of the order. Zvrk, the dinosaur is now mildly distracted. It is still standing on top of you, though, because it hasn't had a chance to move.
Zvrk has a javelin,
Okay.
so they will try to pull it out of somewhere. I'm not sure.
If you've got it in your hammer space, then roll a
Yeah,
d10. Yeah.
It's in their hammer space.
All right. Yep. You successfully get it out. Don't worry. You good.
Yay! Alright, and they will try to... They don't actually know how to use it, so they will try to smack it.
Okay. You do still need to roll to attack. So
Yes.
yeah. Just to whack it with a big stick. It's cool. It'll go away.
Yeah. Right, so how do I do that again? Oh god.
So a d20 plus your proficiency bonus for that weapon.
Alright.
I still can't get over the fact that Baph just completely obliterated one in one hit. Like, what the fuck?
She can't get over it either.
Abbigull is extremely impressed, but also extremely concerned.
Yeah.
That's that concern of Zvrk.
You good there,
Right.
Cass? Did you roll?
I'm trying to remember how to do it because I've seen tutorial videos, but I'm still very confused because this is my second time.
Yeah, it's okay. That's
playing
okay.
D&D.
Can you? You're on Dungeon Master's Vault, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you actually have a look at your on like the weapons under the combat tab, you look at your weapons and there is going to be like basically it will show you a 1d10, a 1d20 plus whatever when it comes to the attack. So basically you just roll that here, which again is exclamation mark. You've been doing the other rolls, so you can still do this.
Yeah. Alright, since I'm still confused, I'm just gonna roll straight d20.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what, unless you've got like a 7 as your attack bonus, which I think you've only got a 5. I'm sorry you don't hit. You're kind of just like trying to whack at this dinosaur that's sitting on top of you with a stick, and it's going, no, go away, sort of thing. I'm so sorry, Zvrk. Admiral, back to you.
Okay, first question. Well, we've been through the order. This is the only dinosaur now that's attacking?
Yeah, that's the only one.
Okay.
Well, after the other one got obliterated,
Yep,
but
that changes things. Yeah, as of right now, there's only one. Admiral's just gonna go at it with her spear.
yes,
Straight up.
amazing. All right, give me an attack roll.
Alright.
14 hits.
Yay!
Alright.
I don't think you're going to wipe this out with a spear, but you can probably get a fair chunk of damage.
No. Abbigull just wants to hit.
No, entirely valid.
Get this attention off this
Absolutely
kid.
valid.
Poor Zvrk. Alright, a 6 isn't too bad. The Deinonychus is bloodied. With that again, we're moving on to the dino's turn, and it's kind of glaring at you with its little eyes, kind of turning its head back and forth, and you know that way that like chickens when they're birds of any sort, where they're kind of trying to inspect you, so they turn their head one way to glare at you out of one eye, then turn their head the other way to glare out at you with the other eye. It's doing that at you, and Admiral, as you were the last one to attack it, it's gonna have a go at you, and it gets to 3 attacks again. So that's claw 1, claw 2.
13 hits.
All right,
It beats it.
claw 2, that hits, and chomp. Oh, all 3 of those hit. Oh god, I'm so sorry.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll these all. You don't have it. Like, piercing damage versus slashing damage isn't gonna make any difference to you, right?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay, so 3 plus 6 then. Please take 15 damage.
Ow.
I mean,
Yeah.
thankfully, that was actually reasonably low roll from it, so
Oh, wow, yeah.
didn't do too bad. It has, however, to do this, it has jumped off Zvrk. Zvrk, you are no longer being pinned to the ground.
Yay.
And it's, standing in front of the Admiral. And Baph, onto you.
Oh boy, I'm gonna... Does she just want to Eldritch Blast it again, or is she gonna Hand of Radiance? Ooh, do.
So much to choose from like
So many spells to choose from.
your 3 spells that warlocks get. Or no. Well, no, you get plenty of spells. You get like one spell slot.
Yeah, you get 2, and Baph kind of burned 1 on the Hellish Rebuke. So
To be fair, it was amazing.
it was
Completely worth it.
So she's gonna Eldritch Blast again, because 2 beams is better than 1.
Mm-hmm.
And
That hits.
that's a 19 for the first one. Let's see if the second one hits.
That does not. It in
That
fact
does not.
is
That one.
gonna. Admiral, may you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh no!
No.
That's the thing she's bad at.
Yeah, I warned you.
Oh no! You did, and I didn't listen because I'm committed.
No, it's fair. It's valid. It's good.
Oh no!
Okay, that's an unnatural 1. It is not a critical fail, so I'm not going to, make you trip, fall on your face, and still get shot. But bad news is, you are gonna get shot. So,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, Baph, if you could roll me, those damage. Oh, damage for the first one.
Yeah.
Good news is that 10
10
was
damage.
enough to obliterate that second dino, and it is gone.
Yeah.
But you are gonna need to roll again, because the second beam
Yep.
is you're shooting them off at the same time. Yep. That's 9. Abby, I'm so
damage.
sorry.
Sorry,
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
Good news is we are now out of initiative as the dinos that were attacking you have gone. I will say you can kind of look around and you notice any other dinosaurs that were near you guys have definitely run away with all like the noise that you guys have been making. But yeah, well done. You survived the dino attack.
Baph is now like at Abbigull's side. Just, oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh no, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh my gosh, oh no.
Abbigull's completely ignoring that. Abbigull runs up to Zvrk and goes, Kid, Zvrk, kid, how's your hit points?
What?
Do you need healing?
I think so.
Okay. Which healing should the cleric do? Boy, oh boy.
So glad that we've got a healer. I wouldn't have done this if we didn't have a healer.
Yeah.
Like, Baph has spared
I'm
the
glad
dying.
to
That's
enable
it.
you. Okay. Yeah, let's do a healing word on Zvrk.
Okay,
Oh, I get 8 temp HP. Hell yeah.
nice.
So 1d4.
I
plus
forgot I have that feature.
spell casting. Should be a +3.
Do, 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 do.
All right.
Could be better, could be worse. So yeah, Zvrk, you heal up 5 hit points.
Yay! They smile at Abbigull.
Aww.
Oh.
Abigail gives them a little pat on the head.
Oh. You will probably notice that their head is very fluffy.
Oh.
Oh.
Zvrk is just a little
Abigail gives another
fluffball.
pat. That's a good
Yes.
texture.
All right. Now there was going to actually be something that had happened in the middle of combat if it had lasted longer, but it didn't. You wiped it out in like 3 rounds. So good news is you guys do actually have like a moment to recover. Are there any other like healing things that you want to do real quick? I'll take that as
Save the mass healing because that can do a whole bunch of people.
I will point out all 3 of you did get injured.
Well, they'll get
Actually,
injured.
technically, I did not because I have Dark One's Blessing, which lets me gain 8 temporary hit points whenever I slay a creature. So I kind of negated all of the damage I took.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing.
Incredible.
All right. In that case, I would say maybe save the healing for now. And yeah, as you are kind of tending to each other's wounds and going, okay, what the fuck was that? Yeah, you guys hear some more crashing through the underbrush.
Oh,
Does
no.
anyone to roll perception and/or pull their weapons back out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beth's gonna roll
Abigail's got good
perception.
perception. She's going to use it.
Zvrk's gonna roll perception too.
A
Yep.
wise idea. All right, it's a 15
Oh,
from
wow.
Baph, a 16 from Admiral, and an 8 from Zvrk. I'm sorry, Zvrk, you must still kind of, being standing up from when you got knocked over, so you're not paying heaps of attention. But Admiral and Baph, as you guys, you are the first ones to hear this crashing through the undergrowth. And I sadly don't have art here because I've been busy with other stuff, so I didn't do art. But you guys see this toon woman riding on a dinosaur, and it's a rather big dinosaur, and it has rather a lot of teeth. And I will say for listeners right now, the dinosaur is actually an Allosaurus. It is up to you guys whether whether your characters know what type of dinosaur this is, other than big teeth, very pointy. I will say
Baph immediately pushes Zvrk behind her.
yeah.
Abigail immediately stands in front of Baph and Zvrk.
Yeah, Zvrk, you spotted the dinosaur. You did not spot the woman riding on top. But yeah, this woman clad in kind of like a tank top and pants and with a wooden spear strapped to her back and looking rather muddy from running about in the jungle, just comes crashing through with riding on this dinosaur, skidding out into the open grass in front of you guys and just going, passengers, do we have to do passengers? And I was like, okay, you 3, come with me. And I would like to point out to any of our recurring listeners, this is actually the captain who has turned up. She no longer has her hat, and she's looking rather disheveled, as you tend to get from when you've been crashing about in a forest for ages. But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Abigail is fully ready to cast a spell. She is just waiting to see if the thing with big teeth will try to take a chomp.
It kind of edges towards you, and then you can see like the toon on top just kind of haul on the reins and go, Chrissy, no, bad, stay back, no eating passengers, it's only gonna get messy.
Are you a passenger?
Duh. Why else would I be here?
Baph doesn't know what to say to that one.
Go where? Where do you want us to go?
The door. So you can, like, get out of here. Come on. Like, what? Like, look, this is my carriage. I don't have the last one, but like this is my carriage. You guys want to get going, because trust me, there is nothing for you here, so come on, just follow me. And she hauls on the reins, and her Allosaurus turns around, and she starts plodding off into the grassland towards the lake.
Oh, Abbigull wants so badly to fly up and also ride on the dinosaur, but she's not willing to leave Zvrk and Baph on the ground.
That's so good.
Oh my gosh. Baph kind of looks to the Admiral and Zvrk like, should we follow her?
Figure why not? And Abbigull will start following.
Baph will follow behind Abbigull because she's still afraid of the dinosaur.
Probably a wise move.
Zvrk will follow the other two, but they don't really like this woman.
I mean, valid. She's
Absolutely valid.
But yeah, good news is, you guys follow along. She definitely, like, the captain does actually, I mean, you don't know her name. This woman, knows to, like, keep the Allosaurus walking, like, just slow enough that you guys can keep up. You kind of have to keep doing that little skip-hoppy run every so often to make sure that you can keep pace. But she's not leaving you behind, completely. And yeah, you walk along the grassland, you weave around a couple of brontosauruses. I'm just like, sorry, they're not brontosauruses, but D&D calls them brontosauruses, so that is what they are.
It's fine.
You guys, loop around a couple of brontosauruses. You continue around the lake for a little while, and you even actually get to see a couple of piles of what seem to be steaming mulch. And you can spot, like, the very tips of a couple of eggs heaped in those piles. And yeah, you're walking for a while. The woman seems to be quite quiet and focused on where she's going and directing the dinosaur she's riding on. But do you guys want to do or say anything?
Baph's gonna just try and get some information out of her, like, how long have you been on this train? Do you know if there's a way off?
Like, been here for a while, pretty long while. Like, not that many carriages, but a fair few carriages. And, like, you know what? It's just I found this place, and this is mine now, so I'm staying. So don't want to leave. Want you three to leave, but, like, I don't want to leave.
Why would you not want to get off of here? Don't you? And then she kind of stops and thinks about it for a second.
I think this is the point where she just kind of, like, turns around on, like, the back of this dinosaur, still sitting there, still got one hand on the reins, and just kind of, like, gestures around, as in, hello, look at where you are, surrounded by dinosaurs in a really cool place. Like, why would you not want to stay here?
I mean, absolutely valid.
Anyone else?
Abbigull is mostly looking around and perceiving the environment. Now that they're no longer being actively attacked, this is fascinating. Abbigull doesn't know much about dinosaurs outside of the fact that they're kind of birds. So it could be argued that Abbigull is a dinosaur descendant.
I mean, yeah.
Cousins!
To be fair, aren't seagulls dinosaurs that, you know, just never really realized that they're no longer dinosaurs?
Abbigull is a dinosaur in heart and attitude and sheer chutzpah.
Absolutely. And we love her.
I love it.
Yeah, so
are these dinosaurs, like, real kind, by the way, or are they?
Yeah, they are real kind.
Okay.
They are going to be as accurate as is common scientific knowledge of the time in Inkwell. So like I'm sitting here going, yes, of course they all have feathers. I don't actually know what the scientific opinion in Inkwell is on dinosaurs having feathers or not, so... Yeah, they're real kind, though.
Okay, alright, okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm just saying, I'm one of those people that used to be a dinosaur kid, but then kind of fell out of it, and then never really picked it up anymore, other than like a few very specific subjects that I will get very grumpy about very quickly.
Valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Baph also does ask, do you know what we have to do to get out of this carriage?
You just have to get to the door, don't you? Like, once you get to the door, and then you can leave, and it's fine. It's like, don't worry. Look, we're almost there. And she does actually gesture ahead, and you guys can see, like, the very glimmerings of a red door set into the base of the mountain.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, that's a little convenient. How do we get off the train entirely?
That's not very helpful. Baph's a little sus, because it's never just been that easy, but we'll find out.
To be fair, you
Abbigull
did
doesn't know
fight
any
some
better.
you did fight some dinos. Maybe that was the thing. But yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. Was like, if there was nothing else, do we want to continue and arrive at the door?
Sure.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Zvrk?
Yeah.
It's okay. I do just want to make sure I'm not plowing ahead and accidentally forgetting anyone. So, yeah, you guys arrive at the door, and the lady slips down from her slips down from her Allosaurus and just goes like, I've now instantly forgotten what I called it. Was it Cassie?
Chrissy, I think.
Chrissy, that was it. Thank you. This is what happens when I just pull names out of nowhere. I was like, Chrissy, stay. And it does actually immediately kind of hunch down. Not quite sit, but it does its best attempt at sitting. And like, all right, here, door, there you go. And just pointing towards it.
Baph is gonna approach the door and try the handle.
Okay, cool. Can you give me a strength roll real quick?
Oh boy. That's a 17.
Alright, so, with this is like, okay, you're approaching this. Normally, doors kind of open really easily, but you have kind of had ones that were a little bit stuck before. You had to run in them really quickly, so you kind of put your hand on it and give it a nice solid tug, maybe because, like, you were doubting what might happen. Yeah, you put a fair chunk of effort into it, and it's a really good effort. The door doesn't budge a millimeter.
She tries again.
Abbigull's gonna come help.
Yeah. Abbigull, give me a roll. Strength roll. That's a 6. Okay, Abbigull, you're putting about as much effort into opening a door as you should put into opening door, which is a completely normal and reasonable amount of effort. The door still does not move.
Zvrk is gonna run and try to open.
Yep, alright, give me a roll as well then. Just to complete the set. 15. Alright, Zvrk, you run ahead. You're coming at this, not quite with a flying kick, but you're coming with this as much strength as you can muster, and you slam into it, and then you give it a really good tug in case it's a pull door, and the door does not budge an inch.
All three of us are just pulling on the door simultaneously, and nothing happens.
Yeah, and the lady comes over and just kind of shoves you, like, go, no, stop, you're doing it, what, you're doing it all wrong. And she comes up and she gives, like, a slight pull on the door, and both doors easily open to give you that wonderful, very slight shimmering light. It's just go, see? Doors open. You can leave now, it's fine.
What? Wait, what?
It's a pull. Were you guys pushing? I've seen some people try to push these doors before. It doesn't work. No, it's a pull door. Come on. Shoot. There you go. Bye.
Baph is staring between her and the door. Can she roll, like, I guess Arcana? I don't, like...
Yeah,
she wants to know how the hell she did that.
Yeah, roll me Arcana. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And she's gonna just, how did you do that? That is a dirty 22.
Alright, with a 22, you know that... Alright, I'm gonna say, it pops into your head that, okay, the door definitely opened for her. The door didn't open for any of you three, and you know that, like, for a fact that all three of you guys were, like, both tried pushing and pulling, and you had a fair go at trying to open this door and it didn't move. And yet, when this lady has come across, she just gives it a very slight tug, and both doors open as they should, as, like, in the same manner that they have in, like, every other carriage you've been through. When you've gotten to the end of it, the doors open and you can go through. The doors have opened for this lady. The doors never opened for any of you guys. In terms of magic, in terms of, like, the Arcana roll, you know that it is entirely possible and, frankly, relatively simple to have things, like, certain things happen only when certain people touch a thing or do a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, do Zvrk or Admiral, do you guys do anything when you guys see the door open, or?
Admiral finds this a little sus. She picks up a rock and just tosses it through to see if anything happens.
The rock disappears into the glowing white doorway. There it goes.
Goodbye, rock.
Yeah, like, there's a very slight fizzle as it kind of disappears into wherever, but yeah, the rock's gone.
Zvrk's gonna come to the door and just look at it and stare at it and do nothing else.
Well, the other two are hesitating, and Abbigull's taking Baph and Zvrk to be train experts. So if they're hesitating, Abbigull's not rushing in.
I love this. Perfect. As you guys are just staring, like the lady just goes, like, come on, it's open, go, you can continue and you can find your way off the train, just leave me alone, I don't want to have to, I don't want to have to deal with any of you other passengers anymore, this is my carriage, get out!
Baph gives her a very long look and then kind of, she doesn't go through, but she puts a hand towards the door to see if, like,
cool.
To see if it phases through.
Alright, well, thing is, as you put your hand closer and closer and closer to the light, like, you are, like, a fraction of a millimeter away from the tip of your finger actually passing through the doorway when the doors slam shut and you have to yank your hand away real quick or get them caught in the doors. What? Who touched the doors? Who closed that? Come on! And the lady reaches across, touches the doorknob, and they both open again. The doors once again. There you go. Go. No touching it this time.
And Baph makes a very, like, big show of, like, my hand is here, my other hand, and she reaches for the door slowly.
Same thing happens. Door slams right shut. You have to yank your hand back or get it caught.
And she catapults backwards towards this woman.
Okay, fine. This doesn't like you. Fine, whatever. You, Zvrk, seeing as you were, like, standing right next to the door, she actually reaches out, grabs your shoulder, opens the door, and gives you a shove towards it. Do you want to resist this at all?
Hey now!
They will try to fight it because they do not like that.
Okay, let's do a quick strength contest then.
Oh boy.
Which is, yeah, just make a strength.
Alright.
That's a 10 from the captain and a 7 from Zvrk. Oh dear. Okay, so you do put up a decent fight. However, like, this lady is a full head taller than you, and she may be kind of skinny, but she does have muscles. And yeah, she shoves you towards the doorway, and just before you get close, can I get a quick dexterity saving throw from you? Because you're kind of getting shoved in rather than it's just being your hand.
I was gonna just have second Baph tackle her.
I mean, yeah, I'll tell you what, if it's like, yeah, tell you what, Baph, give me an attack roll, just a straight attack roll, and we'll see if Zvrk can have advantage on that. Okay.
That's a 16.
That's a 16. That is enough to knock the captain over as you, well, I'll knock this lady over as you like bash into her. Zvrk, thankfully, you do not get shoved entirely into the light, but like the tiniest bit of your arm, possibly your elbow, kind of just edges a bit too close as you're fighting back against this lady shoving you, and again, door slams shut right in front of your face.
Yikes.
Yikes. Abbigull grabs Zvrk and yanks him back and casts thaumaturgy to make her voice boom super loud. This is her Admiral voice.
Oh no.
She's like, that is enough!
Get off me! And yeah, she's gonna shove you off, Baph, unless you want to like try and pin her down.
No, she's gonna let her get shoved. She's gonna let her shove her off. She's gonna just kind of back away and just.
Yeah, no. It's like, I just want you out of my carriage. Isn't that what you guys want? So you can move on, you can find your exit, and you can leave. I'm helping you leave. Why won't you go away?
Well, quite frankly, at this point, I would be happy to.
I don't think we're the ones that there's. I don't think we're able to leave yet.
Why not? Here's the door you go through. That's how it works. That's how this whole train works.
And going off of Baph's Arcana roll, she kind of, well, yeah, we normally have to do something, and, whatever it is, we haven't done it yet, but you have.
I didn't do anything. I just, like, found this place, and I wrestled a couple of dinosaurs, and I wandered about, and like, this is, I didn't do anything other than, like, what I already do with, like, just living here.
Maybe we can't leave until we've been here for a little bit, then.
Abbigull has a wing hand to her chin and says, what I am hearing, now hear me out, what I am hearing is we all need a dinosaur steed.
Oh, I love that this is your takeaway of this. I mean, I should have predicted, like, I should have guessed this, but, like...
Baph just kind of stares at Abbigull, at the Admiral, and then looks back to the Allosaurus, and then to the captain, and shrugs. She doesn't know.
I think, yeah, the lady's just gonna kind of, like, back up a little bit. It's like, no, Chrissy's mine, you're not having her.
Uh-oh.
Everything?
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
did I cut out?
You cut out for me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, like, she just kind of backs up, like, scrambles to her feet and backs up and then just stands protectively in front of Chrissy, in front of the Allosaurus. She's like, no, she's mine, you're not having her.
Okay, guess we'll find her own.
Baph is not looking forward to this. She had kind of hoped for an easier solution.
Abbigull is now set on finding a dinosaur steed.
That's amazing. Can I get a quick perception check from everyone, please?
Of course.
Boy. Yay!
Oh, great. A 3 is astounding. Okay, Zvrk, you must still be rather rattled from, yeah, being shoved into the door. So, yeah, you don't really notice anything as you're still kind of shaking a bit from that. Baph, I don't know how you managed to miss it with a 3. Maybe you're just kind of busy staring up at this dinosaur and going, oh no, please no.
That sounds about right.
Admiral, however, with a dirty 23, yeah, you can suddenly feel this rumbling from deep beneath the ground under your feet, and you can just hear, and you can see the very slight jitter of, like, pebbles on the mountaintop kind of skittering and falling down a little bit. It's nothing big, but you've noticed that things are shaking a little bit.
Oh no.
After a couple of seconds, it does stop, but it definitely happened.
That one. The Admiral nods. Gonna wrestle that one. Whatever it is.
Oh, I love this.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Nope, it's mine. It's going to be squishy. I'll show them it's squishy, and it shall be mine.
Okay, okay. Admiral, you get an inspiration point, mostly for the I'm gonna wrestle that one, because that was great.
Oh, that reminds me, I completely forgot I technically have 2 inspiration points now.
Oh my god, amazing.
I forgot to remember that.
Where did you get the other?
Excellent.
Wait, was the other one because you made a meme for me, or what was
Yes.
it? Yes,
It was because I made the meme.
Yeah, you made a meme for me. Astounding. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have 2 inspiration points. If you ever want a nat 20, there you go.
I'm going to misuse them expertly.
Fantastic. I look forward to it. Alright. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Wherever the Admiral goes, Baph is gonna follow because, she's gonna hurt herself.
Oh, I love.
And she's probably going to take Zvrk's hand as she does.
Zvrk's trying not to cry.
Look at this,
Oh no! Baph definitely takes his hand then.
Admiral
They're crying now.
looks to this captain
Oh,
woman.
Baph is hugging!
Oh no! Zvrk, are you okay?
They're not!
Oh, no, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. And she's like petting his head and hugging him. Just it's okay. It's okay. We weren't gonna. We'll keep the very, very mean lady away from you.
I think the mean lady just kind of pokes her tongue out at you guys.
Baph makes a very rude gesture in return.
Amazing.
Oh.
Astounding.
Abbigull claps.
I think at this point, like, she's just gonna go like, fine, if you're not leaving, then just leave me alone! And she hops back up on her Allosaurus and goes sprinting off around, like, off into the distance, basically.
Baph glares in her direction like, you found us first.
I mean, yeah, you
She
got a
is
point.
not happy with the captain.
No, absolutely valid. As you should, like, exactly how it should be.
They really do not like the captain.
To be fair, I would just like to say, none of you know her name. No one did introductions.
Yeah.
She doesn't get an introduction anymore.
No. Sadly, like, thing is, like, when I first made her as a character, I was going like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have her turn up in a couple of episodes, and every time she does, she's gonna have a big introduction song. And then that happened. And now she's just really grumpy and wants to be left alone. So she doesn't get to do any more songs.
Oh, that is the saddest thing I've heard all day.
On the plus side, it means I don't have to write more songs, but at the same time, god damn it, I want to do some songs. Anyway, you 3 are once again alone, standing right next to the exit door at the base of this big rumbly mountain that 2 of you don't know are rumbly.
And Baph is still hugging Zvrk because Zvrk is crying.
Oh,
At this point,
Abbigull's gonna come up and do the same. Oh.
before the 2 of them hugged Zvrk, they were basically looking at their arm that is a little bit weirder. I mean, different. And just looking around and looking somewhere, thinking, what should they do? They just didn't know what to do. Like, they don't know what to do. They're just very scared and they want to leave. They want to go home, even though at home they are alone
Oh no.
all the time.
Oh.
baby!
Zvrk, I love you.
Okay.
Well,
This is the point where we kind of slot in a 15-minute extended hug as Zvrk, I think. Sadly, extended hugs don't make for great listening, but we could definitely say that it happens.
Baph is gonna
Well.
like kind of awkwardly just if you want to just hold my hand, then that's okay. You can do that.
Oh, they will absolutely hold your hand, but before that, they're gonna reach out into their hammer space and try to pull something out, because that usually calms them down when they look at it.
Oh.
It's a D10, right?
D10.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh no, you fumbled it! Oh, someone get the fumble chart up, please.
Oh god, I saved that recently. Where is it?
Yeah, yeah. Roll a d20 to see what, like, random item you pull out.
Right.
It's an 11.
I got it.
11.
I got it.
Alright, what's an 11?
11. It's a closed bar of soap.
It's a bar of soap. Thank you, Mod, for posting the thing. It's a bar of soap. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Zvrk.
Their puffy head kind of deflates a bit, because why do I have soap in my hammer space? Where was it when I was trying to wash my clothes?
You never know when you'll need a bubble bath. Okay, yeah. Roll another d10.
Yeah.
Okay, that's high enough that you do get the right item, thankfully.
Right. They will get out a drawing, and they will look at it and hug it.
Cursed, please know that you have just made me very sad.
My heart.
Do Baph or Admiral react to this?
I actually put the drawing.
Oh.
So, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Baph is gonna probably like glance at the drawing, but like is just gonna kind of like put a hand on Zvrk's shoulder, like not gonna like rush him or anything. Just try to be comforting. Not sure how to do that. Doing their best.
Abbigull's just like ruffling this kid's hair, poof, cloud.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause the drawing because Baph. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna post it, and it's. Oh god.
It's okay. Stuff takes forever to upload sometimes.
Give us the lore.
We want the Zvrk lore.
You guys already know these characters.
Oh!
It's them. The Go Fish Trio.
I love them. I will note for any future listeners, I will post a link to this image in the description because I don't feel like editing it into the audio. So you can go look at it there. But it is like a trio of wonderful, wonderful people and teeny little Zvrk on the end there, and it's very cute.
If I remember correctly, they would have drawn this when they were 3, I think.
Oh,
tiny.
No.
That's the reason why they look a little bit different.
Tiny. It's excellent. Okay. I will say, as much as I adore this moment of just going, oh, over teeny Zvrk and the drawing, again, 15 minutes of hugs sadly does not make for good audio.
Yeah.
I will say, the Admiral is a bird of action. And it's good to take a moment to just have a quiet moment to let, Zvrk decompress, let Baph decompress and calm down. But a bird of action she is. Abbigull is still dead set on the idea that the solution to this puzzle is to find an appropriate dinosaur and to ride it.
Amazing. I love this. I love
Probably
this
extremely
conclusion.
wrong, but that's her conviction.
I love it. All right. Where are you going to find your appropriate dinosaur? Because like there are several wandering around the lake. Again, you saw like pterosaurs of some kind, like flying dinosaurs of some kind up in the sky. You are like no matter where you wander, there will be a dinosaur of some kind.
Are there any in sight right now?
There are many. Which direction do you want to go in?
Oh.
Like, just tell me, what sort of dinosaur would you be looking for? Something really big? Something with nice sharp teeth? Something that could do cool things?
Oh, Abbigull wants the biggest dinosaur.
Okay. The biggest ones currently in sight are, let me have a look. It will probably be the brontosauruses. Because they're just pecking giant. I will say, like, there are a couple of other ones here that have higher crit ratings, but in terms of really big, that would be one of the brontosauruses that you see eating from the canopy of the jungle.
Okay. Things seem fine. These two look like they're not in any sort of immediate danger. I was just going to turn to them, give, like, a wink with their one eye and say, I'll be right back, and take off into flight.
Amazing.
Oh dear.
I think let's follow this absolutely terrible idea for a little bit. Yeah, you can head over to one of the brontosauri, I don't know, the big things, and... Look, I don't know the declension of fucking Latin-esque names. Yeah, you go over to one of the brontosauruses, and you, like, okay. You kind of land in front of it, and you realize you're the same height as one of its toenails. What do you plan on doing about this? You've got to give me your game plan here.
All right, let me see what she has in animal handling, first of all. Oh, +3. That's not bad.
That's not terrible. Could be worse.
It's not terrible. This Abbigull tilts her head up, like basically 90 degrees. This is a tall dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
So I think her plan is to attempt to fly up, land on the face or head, and just do some animal handling. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, all right, yeah. Give me a dexterity roll just to see how, like, smoothly you can land where you aim to.
Smooth is not the Admiral's calling card.
Again, that -1 to dex is gonna murder you. That's a 6.
No.
Oh god, okay. With that, yeah, you fly up. Well, that's gotta, like, you fly up with all the grace of a lobbed brick.
Yep, that's exactly how she flies.
Mm-hmm.
Wings going everywhere, feathers going even more everywhere. You have, like, and like, I would, again, you are a seagull. I am sure that a lot of people listening here have all seen how amazingly seagulls fly when they're trying to get somewhere they probably shouldn't be. As the get up to the right height of the brontosaurus, you go like, okay, yes, you can land its head easily. All right, wings in, go to land. And the brontosaurus moves its head, and you just go, "Nya, thunk." And I will say, you do not actually take any damage because you're a toon. But you do leave this Admiral-shaped dent in the ground that you have to climb out of. Do you want to try that again? I will just let you have another go now that you have wonderfully humiliated yourself with this. Although, actually, while you're climbing out of your hole in the ground, Baph, Zvrk, what are you guys doing as you watch this?
Watching. I mean, Baph is holding Zvrk's hand, but she's just kind of watching, like, the way you would watch a train wreck.
God, amazing. Zvrk, has this cheered you up at all?
They kind of chuckle a bit because why did she do that? Why?
Real cool, baby.
Amazing. All right. Yeah, Admiral, did you want to just try the same thing again, or did you have a different plan of attack? I twinged something in my shoulder because when I was saying flap, I was doing little weird hand gestures as well. That was a bad idea.
Oh no!
I'm fine. Sorry, you continue.
Admiral will give it one more go. The gag can't continue indefinitely. So, one more go.
Yeah. Fingers crossed you roll better.
Dex again.
Yep. That's a 3. Okay. Alright.
Denied.
Okay, you know this time you know. Alright, when you get up there, when you get to the right height, wait for a minute, just in case it's about to, like, move its head again. You want to be able to land on the right area. And you know that, like, don't just tuck your wings in and fall. You want to do a proper landing, very gentle, keep your wings out. The head, you're paying so much attention to what your wings are doing that you don't notice the head moving of, like, another brontosaurus coming nearby and its cheek just smashing you out of the air. It doesn't even notice you. As again, you get swatted down to the ground and you make an identical, an identical little Admiral-shaped dent in the ground right next to your first one.
Baph peeks into the second hole, just, I don't think that plan's gonna work.
I don't know, rule of 3s, you can have another go if you want. After that, I will demand a completely different plan, though.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, the Admiral hops out and dusts herself off and says, well, okay, maybe not that dinosaur. Are you two having any thoughts?
Baph kind of gives a look around the clearing again just to see if something stands out.
Okay, there are also some wonderful chunky boys, aka ankylosauruses. Again, like they're kind of near the water, grazing on some shrubbery next to the lake, so you could have a go at them. They're very spiky and they've got cool tails, but they're not as big as the brontosauruses. I have a list of all the dinosaurs. You could have a Triceratops if you want. I'm not giving you a T-Rex.
Oh,
valid.
You could have a Plesiosaurus. Actually, no, you can't because haven't gone into the lake yet, so I can't attack you with that one yet.
Wait, hold on.
Swimming? Is it time to swim?
But yeah, like there's a Stegosaurus, there's a Triceratops. They're kind of like all the default dinosaurs you can think of. Again, what are you looking for if you're moving your target away from as big as possible?
Baph's gonna gesture to the Triceratops and just, what about that one?
It's still pretty large.
It's got spikes. I like it. The look of it. Big enough for free to ride on if we so choose.
And I mean, just look, it's got like the giant head shielding thing, which means like you can grab onto that and you don't even need any reins. Okay, all right.
Do any of the other two want to try this, or is Admiral just going to go again?
Baph will... Baph's gonna approach this Triceratops. She has no idea what she's doing.
Okay, alright. You walk up to it, and good news is, it's a fair bit smaller than the Brontosaurus was. So you kind of go up to maybe its knee.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give me either athletics or acrobatics, I'll let you climb up onto its back.
Okay. I will do acrobatics because Baph has a +5.
That's a 22.
Hey,
That's
hey.
nice.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah. With that, you kind of like dig your fingers into, like, I guess part of this might be because you are a goat, and goats can get fucking everywhere.
Yeah!
But yeah, you easily scramble your way up onto the Triceratops's back, and you manage to, like, sit just behind its head. You can tell that the Triceratops knows you're there, because it has now gone very still. It can't actively get you, because, you're on its back and its head can only move so far, but it knows you're there, so you better roll animal handling quick.
Yay! Oh boy.
20!
Oh, I was going to use my inspiration to ensure this, but yeah!
No, this is astounding. This is the dice know what we wanted, and what we want is to get to ride some dinosaurs. Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
All right, yeah. Baph, tell me how you managed to tame this Triceratops.
So it goes very still, and Baph equally goes completely still, just waiting to see what it does, and then, like, very cautiously, she reaches up into the trees, because I assume, like, it's close to some trees.
Yeah.
And then, like, yanks down a branch, like, right in its face so it can get at some of the leaves. And she's just kind of, like, trying to soothe it like you would a horse while trying to bribe it with leaves.
That's perfect. That's perfect. As to rules of that nat 20. Yeah, it worked. It kind of is like it's freezing her, like, are you a danger? Are you about to bite it? Because, for a lot of dinosaurs that size, if something crawls on top of it, it's probably a velociraptor about to eat it. But then no, you reach up and you grab food, and yes, those were the leaves it was trying to get before. It was having a lot of trouble getting to those leaves because the head couldn't reach up high enough, but now it has those leaves, and you know what? Little scritches behind the head. Ah, yes, that is quite good. Okay, yes, it is happy with this new friend. Congrats. You have a Triceratops,
Yay!
buddy.
Dinosaur debt.
Baph gives it a little pat and just, okay, can, I don't know why she's asking it, but can my friends get up here too? Is that okay?
As an extension, I was going to say, as an extension of that nat 20 animal handling, it kind of gives a sort of snort, snuffle sort of thing, but continues eating leaves, and that can be easily taken as some sort of agreement.
Okay. So Baph just kind of has this, like, hey, wave to the Admiral and Zvrk, and she looks very surprised again, like she can't believe she did that.
I can't believe you did it, frankly.
Will Zvrk need any help getting up there, or are you just gonna roll acrobatics or athletics or something?
Oh, they're gonna roll acrobatics because they like climbing things.
Yes.
Nice.
That is +5.
Yeah, a 14 is enough. You have a bit of a hard time. So, like, it takes you do not manage to get up as easily as Baph did, but you do manage to eventually scrabble up onto the back of the dinosaur with, like, maybe Baph leaning down and offering you a hand.
Yay!
Abbigull's gonna fly on top.
Yeah, I won't make you have to roll dex again, as hilarious as it may be. This dinosaur's a fair bit smaller and isn't moving around as much, so it's an easy enough landing. You're all on a dinosaur.
Baph did not think she'd get this far. Now she doesn't know what to do.
Can I just get a quick perception check from everyone?
Oh boy.
Alright, 13 from Admiral, 11 from Baph, and a 7 from Zvrk. Sorry, every so often just like I completely forget some of the names. Yeah, okay, Zvrk, you're kind of Zvrk, you are panting a little bit from having to get up the climb, and you're kind of going like, oh, you're on a dinosaur. So you're a little bit distracted with that. Ditto with you, Baph. You are kind of more worried about keeping your new dinosaur in check. However, you do kind of hear the clatter rumbles of boulders falling from a distance. With that 13, however, Admiral, again, especially as you kind of heard this before, you can feel the rumbling of the ground beneath you. Even though you are on a dinosaur, you can feel it kind of reverberating up. You can feel the shake of it. You can actually get a glimpse of rocks falling down from the mountaintop. But that's all you guys know for now.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we actually figured out our problem. She's going to point up at the mountain.
Baph looks
Seems
up.
to me that might be thinking about blowing.
Oh. How do we need to stop it? Baph is still petting the Triceratops.
Are you gonna give it a name?
Its name is...
You can come back to me on that.
Yeah.
Admiral's letting Baph name it because Baph was the one who succeeded.
Is objectively Baph's Triceratops now.
Absolutely.
This is my friend.
Baph too.
Oh my god.
Baph 2, Dinosaur Boogaloo. Okay, but yeah, Admiral has pointed at the mountain.
Well, maybe we can... And she kind of gently turns the Triceratops' head to, like, kind of like, okay, let's see if you can climb.
It takes one last massive chomp of the leaves you were offering before, and then just kind of like, yeah, okay, time to head off, and starts plodding towards the mountain. It's not the it's not the fastest thing ever, not at the moment. It's kind of like taking a bit of a leisurely pace. But you guys are getting to ride on a Triceratops as it walks towards the mountain. Fuck yeah.
Baph did not think she'd get this far. This is the best thing ever.
This is the coolest thing ever. But unfortunately, Abbigull's thinking she's gonna take flight again and see if she can get an aerial visual on what's going on up there.
Absolutely. Give me like, go for a fly and give me another perception check for what you managed to spot while you're up there.
Dirty 20, baby.
Nice. Okay, yeah. With that, you head up and you realize that, yeah, no, you're definitely correct about this potentially blowing. You can't see any lava yet, but you can, once you fly up and get an overhead view, you see that this mountain has, you know, a wonderful little dent crater sort of thing at the very top of it that is very reminiscent of what a volcano would probably be. You spot, like, there is a path up to the top of the mountain. It's a bit craggy. It's going to be a difficult trek, but you could get everyone up there if you needed to. There are a lot of boulders and everything about. There are a couple of pterodactyl nests. There are it's a volcano, basically. What were you looking for? Anything in particular?
Just kind of seeing the state of things.
Mm-hmm. No, it seems like, yeah, there's no lava yet, but as you look, yeah, you can see the kind of rumbling. You can see, considering you got a 20, you take a swoop down low near the actual tip of everything, near where, like, the mouth of the volcano would be, and you can kind of see a couple of cracks in the ground that seem to be hissing steam.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So I think she's going to turn around and take that info back to the other two. And the Admiral's mind is clicking. She does have something of a plan in motion.
That's good, because Baph has no plan.
All right, kids. Here's the situation. No lava yet. Certainly boiling up, though. Good news. I do have some weather spells. One from which involves ice. I'm thinking maybe. Might not stop. It could certainly slow it.
I guess. I don't know if that's how you stop a volcano.
I don't know about volcanoes. I'm about the water.
Zvrk?
Lava is fire.
And ice does beat fire, as we all know from Pokemon.
Yeah, Zvrk doesn't know that.
I mean, I guess we could try. I guess. I haven't got any other plans.
Well, fortune favors the bold. Forging on.
Okay.
Okay, and the Triceratops starts plodding up the mountain. You notice now that, while the Triceratops isn't necessarily fast at the moment, it's going faster up these rocky paths than any of you three would have been able to, partially just because it's big, and what would have been like boulders for you, it can easily just kind of shove out of the way and continue down the path. So you guys managed to get like halfway up the volcano in no time before it starts getting a little bit too craggy for your Triceratops buddy to continue.
Yay! We made it halfway.
Yeah. Do you guys want to just keep going, or do you have more plan? Or shall I just get you guys to the top of the volcano, or?
I'm thinking Baph might, if the Triceratops is having a hard time, Baph might actually slide off of it for now. Because she doesn't want to risk it falling down the mountain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, again, you are tiny compared to it, so it's not like your weight adds very much, but also, if it keeps going, it's got a lot more chance of falling.
Yeah, Baph's gonna, turn to Zvrk and, I think this is as far as he's gonna go. Do you need a hand down?
No, I'm fine. They jump off and pat the dinosaur's leg and be like, "Thank you."
Yeah, Baph slides off and gives it a pat and a scritch right behind its head ridge.
Yeah, it nuzzles into your hand for a moment, and which is rather weird because again, its whole head is twice the size of you, but it does nuzzle into your hand.
Yay!
Ditto with you, Zvrk, because you also gave it pats.
Abbigull pats the top of the head and gives it a little smack, and she's like, "Your run was short, but extremely good, Baph too. We shall miss you." And flies off.
Oh god, its name is canonically Baph too. Amazing.
Fantastic. Baph isn't even gonna dispute it. Just okay.
Alright. Yeah.
She's just thank you.
As you guys continue up, I'm going to need 3 rolls from each of you. Admiral, you can probably get away with it seeing as you're flying a lot of the time, but I would appreciate if you did at least make the Constitution roll. But yeah, I need everyone to do Constitution, Athletics, and Survival.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know those are difficult ones, but this is kind of going to be how well you get up the thing. Unless you roll absolutely terrible for survival, you are going to get up. It's just going to take a long time.
Okay.
Oof.
I'll wait for...
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Abbigull's been doing a lot of flying. She might be tired.
Yeah, it might be time. Yeah. Okay, so what role
Having
is this one?
for it.
Sorry, let's do this one at a time. Okay, we'll start off with you, Zvrk. Can you give me the what role was the one that you just did?
Constitution.
Yeah, Constitution. Yeah. May you please give me the athletics roll next?
All right.
Because, like, Constitution means, like, yeah, even though you're up quite high, and it's kind of a bit of an exhausting climb, you can make it pretty easily. With a 15 for Athletics, yeah, your climbing is going great. These sadly aren't the sort of things you can do the whole acrobatics sort of climbing up, but yeah, your strength easily gets you over all these craggy rocks. And finally, the survival check.
Okay.
So that's a 19. Okay, yeah, Zvrk, fantastic. You know exactly what to look out for when it comes to these things. You know exactly what bits of rocks to not step on, because if you put any weight on them, they'll start going tumbling down the mountain. You know to keep away from any little holes, because as soon as you get near them, they start going whoosh and like jetting up gusts of superheated steam. So yeah, Zvrk, you are going to be able to get, with all those rolls, you're going to be able to get the top super easy in no time. Admiral, we're on to you. What was the roll that you made before? That's 6.
It was Constitution.
Cool. Yeah, you're old and tired. This is going to be a real exhausting climb for you. Give me athletics, please. Do. Thank you for being patient while all these things are rolled. That's a nat 20 plus 4.
Woo!
Okay.
Holy crap.
So you may be exhausted, so you're taking it really slow. But because you're taking it slow, like, you know exactly how to get up. You have time to think about every single handhold, which means any bits of climbing that you need to do, you do them perfectly. And to save whatever energy you've got. And last but not least, survival. That's a 5. Zvrk, do you want to maybe save the Admiral from being turned into, like, roast chicken?
Yes.
Delicious.
Okay, good. In that case, yeah, Zvrk, with that 19, I will let you keep an eye out for your friends, because Admiral, in her exhausted state, almost goes stumbling into one of these super hot steam vents. but gets pulled back just in time. Yeah, Admiral, you're not going to have a very easy way up the mountain. You know the physical stuff, but you're tired and you're not thinking. And finally, Baph, give me Constitution.
All right. Ow.
Oh dear. Yeah, you're tired. You're having trouble breathing. Like, the air up here is way too thin. Oh dear. I think, Zvrk, you may have been the lucky one when it came to all this mountain climbing.
Zvrk is young and spry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like a childish energy.
Yeah, that, and the athletics roll?
Okay.
That's a 4.
And let's survival.
Okay. Also a 4. Oh boy. Okay.
Baph, sweetie.
Admiral,
She tamed a dinosaur. That's all she's got.
Yeah, Admiral, do you feel like helping Baph out when it comes to the climbing shit?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Okay, cool, fantastic. I'm just kind of imagining that, like, with all this, Baph kind of, like, trips on a rock about 5 minutes after getting off Baph 2, the Triceratops. Kind of just, like, falls and goes, like, ow, I'm tired, I'm done with this. And then between Zvrk and the Admiral, you kind of just tie a rope around Baph's waist and just kind of carry them up the rest of the way. Because if you don't, Baph will die.
Thinking of that gif of the cat that's on a leash and it's just being dragged along the ground.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much. Oh god, I was meaning for this to be like slightly more seriously. I was hoping for you guys to have more of a conversation with the captain, but no, you're gonna ride a Triceratops and then drag your friend up the mountain.
Baph would be humiliated, but she's more concerned about dying.
Can I get one more perception check from everyone, please?
Alright.
Oh boy. Okay. That was an 11 from 11 from Baph, 13 from the Admiral, and a 6 from. I love that we're getting really consistent numbers when it comes to the perception checks.
The Admiral do be perceiving.
Yeah. Admiral and Zvrk, you do not really notice anything. Baph and Zvrk, you do not really notice anything. Admiral, every single time. How? You notice that, like, as you're climbing up, you pass by some sort of pterodon nest. There's a couple of eggs in it. There also seems to be this strange little bird creature that is definitely not a dinosaur because it is a toon sitting in the nest, having a nap.
Baby.
It is a very ugly, strange little bird creature. Do you wish to talk to it, or just kind of move on?
Abbigull calls out very loudly, "Why, hello there!"
Immediately, who's that? And this strange little bird creature, who seems to be wearing, like, a sack as clothing, has got, like, this wand covered in glitter. It's very pink and sparkly little wand, like, waving it around, and he does not immediately see you until, like, you make some orders. He's like, "You! Stay back, it's mine!"
Oh no.
Sure, it's yours. But, mountain's about to explode, actually.
Does that every other week? It's fine. And he kind of sits back down and kind of curls up again to go back to sleep.
Zvrk points at the little toon and says, "They're gonna be roasted chicken nugget."
Yeah, they are. Hey, buddy, you might want to move.
Well, where do you suggest I go? This is my home now. How can't you see? I've made it all lovely and comfortable just for me.
Well, if you want to keep it your home, you want to hop with for a bit, and you seem to know what's up. How do we stop the mountain from exploding?
Sometimes you roll a boulder. Sorry, Boggle's voice is so fucking inconsistent. I should have practiced this more. I'm so sorry. Well, sometimes you roll a boulder into it, and sometimes you get people coming along casting spells, and sometimes it just blows up. That happens. It's fine. Dinosaurs come back eventually.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, you know how these things goes. Disasters come, disasters go. Disasters come again, and we kind of just deal with them.
Baph kind of nods along at that, like, yeah, I guess that is true.
Well, it's encouraging to Abbigull. That means it's probably not incredibly deadly.
Does anyone want to try actually convincing this fucker to come with you? Because if not, he's just gonna go back to his nap.
How big did you say he was again?
Okay, considering how tall all you guys are, he's still like half your height. He's got a very big head, but he's very small.
Oh no. Quiet phone.
Admiral is considering just picking him up.
I mean, you can if you want. He's gotten through another carriage like that.
She's gonna do it.
Oh god.
Do it. Pick him up.
Okay. Can
What do I roll? Strength?
Roll me strength. It's going to be a very low check. I do have to ask, how are you picking him up? Are you like grabbing the top of his head by the scruff of the neck? Are you just kind of grabbing one arm and just holding it between two fingers because you don't actually want to touch him very much?
It's by the scruff of the neck.
Okay, yeah. Give me that strength roll. That's a 7. Okay. I'm gonna make him do a quick roll here himself to see if he manages to break free. Because the good news is he weighs absolutely nothing. Beneath that potato sack that he's wearing, must be nothing but skin and bones. Downside is, he's not gonna break your fingers or anything, but he twists around and whacks you on the wrist with the glitter wand that he's holding. It's like, whack! No, it's mine! I said, stay away from it! Don't touch me! I am Boggle! How dare you!
Abigail just shakes out her wrists don't want nothing from you but your help.
What will you give me for it?
You won't be a chicken nugget.
Baph just nods along. Yep.
Was that a threat? Because I don't take kindly to threats, and waves the very, again, pink and glittery, rather silly little wand right in your face, Zvrk.
I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Baph just kind of pushes the wand down.
The wand comes back up slowly.
Abigail's gonna reach into her hammer space to try and find the glitteriest, most gaudy, most prettiest rock she has stashed around in there.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, please. That's an 8. Yep, so you managed to find it. What are you going to do with the rock?
Help us out and you can have this.
What is it?
This, oh my dear pal, my dear friend. This is an extremely pretty rock. As you can see, she's got in a full showmanship mode, full slight con mode.
Perfect.
This rock. You see the glittering colors? She twists it around in the light. All these different colors. Oh, this is not just one pretty rock, my friend. No, this is a composite of many pretty rocks. So many. Oh, all the precious gemstones. In fact, I would even say multiple uses.
Okay, the fact is, you haven't technically lied here as far as I can tell, so this isn't going to be a deception roll, it's going to be persuasion. And because this bird is incredibly stupid, it's going to be rather easy. That's a 10. Good news is...
Is it that easy?
Yes, it is. Or you only had to roll higher than an 8. Because that's all this bird has for int. Alright, Boggle snatches the rock out of your hand and kind of bites on it with his beak. Holds it up to the light, pulls out a little little jeweler's eyeglass sort of thing out and kind of examines it. Right, well, yes, this will do nicely. Pops into his pocket, onwards, and starts leading the way up the mountain. Congrats, you got this asshole to come with you.
Hooray!
Now what?
Just kind of sighs as she's dragged back up.
Yes, onwards. I think it's on one hand, Boggle wants to be right at the very front because he is the most important. On the other hand, I do think he will kind of lag behind at some point and go so, they are your servants and you're getting them to carry you? How do you do this? How may I have this done?
Baph real bad at climbing.
Yes, Baph just kind of says, well, you gotta trip and fall on your face.
Oh, yes, I can do that. And I think next time you come up to a climbing bit, he kind of goes and makes the tiniest, vaguest, terrible attempt to make it look like he's climbing, and then flops backwards and go no, I cannot do this anymore. I'm done. You must carry me.
Yes. So literally what I imagine happens is Abbigull and Zvrk keep climbing, and as Baph is dragged past, she just kind of grabs Boggle's leg.
And then we just watch as the camera pans up and Boggle's being, I don't think he kind of says anything. He's just both being dragged along. Okay, fantastic. You guys are almost at the tip of the volcano. Like, you're getting ready, like, you can see the lip before the thing. And I will say it's gotten a fair bit hotter as you've been getting up there. There's been a lot more rumbles, and yeah, there's like the steam vents that you've been going past have been let off a lot more often. So yeah, you can tell things are getting a fair bit more active. And just as another massive rumble passes, I'm not going to make you roll perception because at this point you all can hear it. Mm-hmm. It just quiets down just enough before you hear everything kind of just goes still for a moment. Where you could hear like the birds chirping down from the rainforest down below. You could hear the calls from some of the dinosaurs. You could hear like steam venting from the volcano, like lots of all these little sounds that have made up the atmosphere. None of them necessarily loud, but like they're there. You have to be aware of them. And then suddenly it's like someone has taken the volume button and then just turned that right down low as you hear bong, 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 and there is an announcement.
Oh God.
Oh. Attention all passengers. This is a railway service announcement. First of all, welcome aboard the Neverending train. For those who are new, yes, you heard that correctly, this is a train. It is a very large train with very unusual carriages, but it is a train nonetheless. To the rest of you who are already familiar with this, you may have noticed some technical difficulties, deficiencies, and all-around pickups, including, but not limited to, risk to life and limb, stress and strain to mental health, and a sort of lack of abidance to railway standards. Owing to these failings, my friends and I, fellow passengers all, have taken the initiative and made our way to the engine. This was made possible by the emergency exits available for use in the centre of the ceiling of each carriage. I repeat, there is an escape hatch in the centre of each carriage's ceiling. It might be disguised under an illusion of some nice fluffy clouds, but trust me, it's there if you look. They can be a bit of a bugger to shift, but keep at it, I'm sure you'll manage. If any of you do attempt this, be careful not to fall in the process. It's a long way down, and I know this from personal experience. And also, once outside it is possible, you might encounter a giant multi-legged robot with laser vision and knives for hands, so keep an eye out for that. In the meanwhile, my esteemed colleagues and I will be attempting to rectify, or at least put a stop to, this train's more harmful shortcomings. Namely, that individual who is called Father. He is called Father. He appears not to be a passenger. I am unclear as to whether he created this train or merely the poor soul he abandoned and left in charge of it, who is actually a really nice laddie person, automaton, called Alex. If you meet them, be nice. It's not their fault. Really, it's not their fault. We are going to try to fix the train. If you come across the father figure, beat the peck out of him. It's basically their fault. You are, of course, welcome to continue your little pre-arranged adventure on the train. Apparently, we all have a nice tailor-made individual one that if we solve, we're allowed to get off the train. But the last person to do that was 14 years ago. So, just keep that in mind. You could be stuck on here indefinitely. And hey, what's a little rebellion without a few friends, huh? Some of ye may have met me already by another name, but for now ye may simply call me Oscar. I'm short, orange, have a mouth like a tin can opener, and I'm apparently a lot more qualified for the running of locomotives than the poor soul they've lumped with the task here. As for the picnic, who's responsible for all this, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, in brief, I'm coming for you. And there is no machine, no monster, no demon, nor god in this world that will stop me. Thank you all for your time and attention, and remember, if you do make your way to the outside of this train, please mind the gap.
Bong, bong, bong. And the announcement ends.
Baph is staring up at the ceiling, completely mystified.
Abigail is also looking up at the ceiling.
I feel so sorry for people who have been regularly listening into all these Neverending Train games, because this is the third time, or fourth time technically, you've had to hear this announcement. But yeah, Zvrk, how are you doing?
They just heard a voice. And they do not know what to do about it, so they're just looking what others are doing, and yeah.
Oh wait, I need to do Boggle's reaction as well. Fuck. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's like, there's an outside, there's someone controlling this, there's a monster with knives for hands. Oh yes, okay, how do we get out? How do we get up there?
Well, that's a thing and a half. 'Cause that's awful high up. And I'm the only one who can fly.
Yeah.
Boggle kind of sticks out his arms because, again, he's technically a bird, kind of he gets a centimetre off the ground as he lifts his legs up and then flump right down to his face again. Well, that doesn't work.
No.
Stands.
I would also like to remind everyone, the volcano has been getting hotter for the 4 minutes of that announcement.
Yeah, alright, so this is a bit urgent. We can either...
Oh, go ahead.
Baph, darling dear, go ahead.
Oh, she's gonna... Maybe we can worry about getting outside the train until after we solve the volcano.
Sounds good to me.
What if we take those dinosaurs with wings and fly on them?
Yes, if we head back to my nest, we'll find them. My friend has been taking very good care of me. They'll be able to get me up there easily. I don't know about you lot, but it'll get me up there.
This guy, I don't like him.
Well, no one's going anywhere if this thing blows its top before we can get out. So how do we solve it? And looks at Boggle.
What are you looking at me?
You know how to stop the thing from blowing?
Seeing other people stop it doesn't mean I know how. I just know sometimes they go and they make some spells, and spells I don't have, but they go sometimes I saw one draw a really big boulder. I don't know where they got such a big boulder, because there's not really as many big boulders about. They put a really big boulder and it covered the top, and when it exploded, the boulder went but didn't blow up everything else. And it was I don't know what's going on with it, but this is your problem to solve, my minions.
Baph had been holding, Baph, oh no, they all stopped. Baph, elbows Boggle when he calls her minion. She did not appreciate that.
My minions, you do not have permission to touch me without my permission. Wait, no, you're not allowed to touch me. Stop it, go.
She is now slapping him, just because I am not your minion.
Oh god, cue a slap fight with this tiny little bird that is half your side who keeps trying to whap you with this glittery wand that doesn't actually do anything.
Yep.
Abigail...
Can she eventually just headbutt him?
Yes. I'm not even going to make you roll for this. You just attack Boggle and he's got a very big head, so it's a very easy target. And he just goes flying.
Bye-bye, chicken nugget man.
Does he go flying into the, is the caldera the right word? The crater?
He can if you want him to.
Oh no, Baph can actually feel bad about that.
Okay, what direction do you want to send him in? Because
She's just gonna headbutt him the the side.
I was gonna say, you can also send him back toppling down the mountain if you want.
Oh, God. You know what? Let's see. One, it's just kind of to the side. Two, he goes down the mountain.
Yeah, perfect.
Stewie goes down the mountain.
There he fucking goes. Okay, again, because like I can't technically kill him. I can't kill this guy. But you guys just get to watch as he just goes, and like Baph, you probably weren't expecting him to like go flying that hard, but again, he's nothing but skin and bones. He's very lightweight, and he just kind of goes, pling, and like rolls all the way down the mountain, just skittering until there's just this tiny dot at the base, and you can kind of still hear him go, kind of yelling. So you know,
still hear him. The fact that she can still hear him means he's okay, so she's not as torn up about it as she would be.
Exactly. He's still alive. But good news, you have gotten rid of Boggle.
Yay! Yay!
See you, space cowboy.
Oh, the most annoying of my NPCs. I don't know why I made... No, I do know why I made him, but... there he goes.
Baph is just glaring, crossing her arms, just, I am not a minion.
All right, well... Minions, I'd like both of you to look around for any large boulders. I'm going to buy us some time. And Abbigull's going to cast Sleet Storm.
She would have, like, backhanded her, but she
Oh, God. This is amazing. Oh, okay. What were you doing, Admiral?
Sleet Storm.
Okay.
In the center of the volcano, or where it looks like it's the hottest.
Okay, can you please read that out for me?
So, until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
Centered on a point I choose within a 150-foot range.
Okay.
The area is obscured. Exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground is covered in slick ice.
Okay, with that... Yeah, you cast this and the sleet instantly starts falling. It's not quite big enough to cover the entire of the area that you can see cracking. And that's not just, solid cracked stone anymore. You can kind of see the lava or magma. When it's on the top of the volcano but hasn't actually come out yet, is it lava or magma? I don't know.
I think it's still technically magma?
Yeah,
it's magma.
Okay, so it's still technically magma even if it's at the surface. Okay. Yeah, so you can see the magma starting to actually come up and rise through the cracks, and you still have chunks of solid stone floating on top, but they're now floating rather than, stuck there. The sleet storm rains down on it, and you can hear as, you're not gonna freeze this, because, it's a volcano, but you do get these massive gusts of steam rising up from the volcano, sending plumes of white into the air, and you have cooled it enough that there is now a little bit of it's a semi-solid crust on top of things again. So you've bought yourself some time at least.
Excellent. That's exactly what you wanted to do. All right, claps your hands together. Boulders and/or other solutions. Let's find some.
Well, I mean, Zvrk said we could try getting a pterodactyl to fly us to the roof.
We think we've got the time?
I don't know.
Figure we do that no matter what.
True. Okay. I have a lot of fire. I am not good at this. And she gestures at the volcano.
As soon as Baph said that she has a lot of fire, Zvrk immediately runs away from her.
Oh no! No, no, it's okay, it's okay, most of what I can do is fire, so I'm not good at stopping that. I'm not gonna be fire. It's okay.
They kind of look at you. They do trust you, so yeah.
She's kind of hunkered down a little bit to be more Zvrk's height, which is not very. She doesn't have to crouch very hard, but she kind of hunkers down a little more. No, it's okay.
Yeah. They pretty much put their drawing back into their hammer space, and they had, when they were putting it, they had an expression of like, I'm sorry that you had to hear the word fire.
Oh.
Because, yeah, something happened between fire and it involved their family, and yeah.
Oh no! Oh
Though they still trust Baph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they will basically look at her in the eye and asks, "Why didn't you tell me that you're a fire person?"
I mean, heck, hang on.
It's alright.
Okay, I'm still getting used to that part, which, implies Baph is not used to being a warlock right now.
Oh. Right.
I'm not gonna, I haven't, I mean, well, the hellish rebuke was kind of it's fine. I'm not gonna accidentally burn anything. I'm just still trying to get used to everything I'm capable of, and it all seems kind of fire-based.
Mm.
That's all she's got. She's just
Zvrk is like the things that are right now in Zvrk's head is like, people can turn into fire people, but aren't fire people made it out of fire? What is happening?
that is not what Baph meant, but she doesn't know to correct him.
Oh god, baby!
I love Zvrk so much.
This is very good. That seems like she has this in hand. So Abbigull is looking around for either a big boulder like Boggle suggested, or a nearby pterodactyl to tame and ride. I probably can't do both.
Alright, yeah, roll me perception to see what you can find, I reckon. You may get both if you roll really high again, which you did not do, because that's only a 13. Okay. With a 13, you can find, you know what? D2. Okay, you find a boulder. It's not an absolutely massive boulder, but it's a pretty fair-sized boulder. I will also say, like, you kind of look at it and go, it's in a spot that can definitely be easily rolled into the volcano. It's nowhere near big enough to go specifically blocking anything up yet, though. At this point in time, considering you have just used like a spell to cool things down, it'll probably just kind of ruin what you did with the spell before. I will give you knowledge as DM from out of character. This is not something your character technically would know. The whole blocking it with a boulder, there was another spell involved there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Abbigull's taking note of it as part of a potential solution, but it's not going to end up being the whole thing. And as far as she's figuring, they're just going to have to shove it in.
I mean, you can do
Alright.
that if you want. I'm not gonna stop you. If you want to go specifically searching for, you know, more things that might help, then you can roll another perception check, but I will say that, like, another 5 minutes have passed.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that,
Yeah,
like,
we need to get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Baph's gonna have a look around, see if she can find anything.
That's a 10.
That's
Okay.
a 10.
Yeah, that's enough that, you've spotted this boulder that Abigail's seen. You also managed to find some pterodactyl nests, but there don't seem to be any pterodactyls there at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Baph's gonna point out the pterodactyl nest as, hey, oops, sorry about that. There's a nest down there, but there's nothing in it. I think it was the nest we found. I think it was the nest we found. That guy.
No, Boggle was a fair bit further down the mountain. This is a new separate set of nests.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
are
good
there
guess.
eggs in the nest?
There are.
Yeah, there's eggs in it.
Good to know.
Babies.
Baby.
Baph really doesn't know what to, like, blocking it with a rock.
Concocting a plan.
Oh no.
Gonna wait and see. Yeah,
Oh, dear.
You know how those go. She's gonna wait and see if Zvrk notices or says anything before launching full into chaos.
Oh god.
Zvrk's gonna roll a perception just to see if they can find anything else.
Yeah. Always worth a shot. That's
Hey!
a 21.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice. There we go. That was what we wanted. Okay, so with that, Zvrk, you've seen the boulder, you have seen the nest. You also notice as you look up in the sky that while there weren't any pterodactyls like right nearby, there are a couple circling up in the air. They seem to kind of try, and like as you watch them, they seem to look like they are trying to dive down and get back to their nests. But the massive amount of steam coming off the volcano, steam and smoke now at this point coming off the volcano, keeps kind of clogging up their eyes. So they kind of swoop down into the steam and go, wait, nope, bad idea, and swoop back up again. But yeah, you can see them, and they are trying to get down to these nests. But at this point in time, they can't.
Big babies trying to get to little babies. We gotta help them.
Yeah, help him. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, I think it's going to come down to this. And Abbigull claps her hands. We're not doing too good on the finding solution to the problem, I think. If we're all in agreement, our best bet might just be to bust this carriage. So, here's my plan. I'm going to go up to that nest, and I'm just going to threaten those eggs good and proper.
What?
That should get Mommy and Daddy mad enough to probably swoop down low enough that you two can jump on. I lead them on a merry chase up to the escape hatch, and we all jump out. Yes, questions?
Sure. Why don't we push the rock in first so that those pterodactyls can actually see you threatening their nest?
Good plan.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good idea. I will actually give you extra points for that.
Okay, so are we going to do that?
That sounds like a good plan.
All right.
Zvrk, you
I
all in on
assume
it?
the boulder will I assume the boulder will block it enough so that they can see well enough. It's not going to stop it from exploding, but it'll block enough to like let them see the nest.
Yeah. They slowly nod, but you can see in their eyes that they really don't like this because why do you threaten babies? How could you?
How could you, Admiral?
How could you?
Listen. Listen. The Admiral's neutral.
I mean, valid.
Fair. Yep. All right.
The Admiral's getting out of this carriage.
All right. Can I get a strength check from all three of you as you try to shove the boulder?
Oh
Alright.
boy.
5's not great.
Hang.
7's not great. And that 13 was from, yeah, okay.
Can I use my inspiration points?
You might have to, because
One of
with...
two.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to, because none of those rolls are quite high enough to get the boulder moving.
All right, let's do it. Inspiration.
All right. You guys all, like, you put your shoulders right against that boulder and you shove, but it must, like, you guys are all rather small compared to this giant Zvrk. So you all don't, as well, you feel like you're pushing as hard as you can, it's not really getting anywhere. And then suddenly, Admiral, you realize, no, you have to do this or you're not getting out of this train. And it is a little bit being driven nuts considering how long you've been stuck here now. You want to get out, you want to get Zvrk out, you want to get Baph out. And you are suddenly filled with strength as your inspiration point kicks in. And you shove, and the boulder goes flying, rolling down the inside of the crater of, like, the inside crater of the volcano, and splushes and sends the cracked stone spewing out everywhere away from it. So the good news is, right next to where that boulder was is now nothing but pure lava on top. Any leftover stuff from the sleet you set is gone, which means it's no longer letting off steam and smoke. Other parts of the volcano are still a bit, but you have at least cleared the smoke enough that the pterodactyls you can kind of see, they look like they are able to pay attention to the nests again.
All right, are ya ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
I'm not saying it.
Oh!
And then she just rolled down to the nest.
And starts yelling and flapping her wings, going, "Hey, big and ugly! Hey, these are your eggs! I'm gonna squint them!"
Can I get intimidation for this, please? And I will give you... actually, no, I'm just going to say this is a reasonably easy check, seeing as...
Actually, Baph's gonna give Abbigull guidance, which gives you a D4 onto the check.
Probably a good idea.
Perfect, she needs it.
Oh, let's see.
No!
Okay, you're gonna need... Oh, okay,
Roll
okay.
the D... Oh no, is that a D4 or with the D4?
Oh, with a D.
Yeah.
Yeah, add a D4.
Please let this be high enough. Please let this be high enough.
No!
Oh, okay, you know what? Let's...
Oh no.
I'm gonna make a fucking pterodactyl. Well, no, it's not actually a pterodactyl. Technically, it's a pteranodon.
Okay.
Gonna make them do a wisdom roll. Just to see if they manage to realize if you are actually being a threat or not. That's a 14. Sorry, you kind of look at you, they see you being scary, and they see, like, they're definitely not happy that you are near their eggs. They're definitely not happy, and they're trying to kind of get a little bit lower to bite at you, but they're not fully swooping low enough to scare you off yet, because they realize, no, you're being a nuisance, not a threat.
Yeah, she was
Oh,
bluffing.
Baph is actually gonna come slide down and just go, "I can't believe I'm doing this." And she picks up one of the eggs and puts it in her hammer's face.
Okay, yeah. With the egg vanishing, you hear this as the pteranodon comes swooping down right at you, lands and starts like wings raising, it's like starts snapping at you. Well done, you've pissed it off and it wants its egg back. But you've gotten a pteranodon on the ground.
I did it!
Okay.
Oh god!
Both of you, hop on. This might work better if you toss it to me.
She's gonna pull the egg back out. Hang on.
Fingers crossed you pull. Okay, you do, thanks.
Okay.
Playing hot potato with a pteranodon egg.
She doesn't want to throw it. She just hands it to Abbigull. Like, here, take it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Right. The
Abigill's
pteranodon.
putting it in her hammer's place so she can fly.
Yeah. No, the pteranodon is gonna start coming after you, and it's gonna make a real quick. We're not gonna go into initiative or anything, but it is gonna make an attempt to bite you because no, its egg. How dare? D20 plus 3. That does 14 hit.
Sure does.
Okay, cool. 24 plus 1. It takes a chomp out of you for 7 piercing damage.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry. And yeah, but the good news is it hasn't tried to take off yet. As long as you don't go flying, it's going to stay on the ground, continue trying to peck at you. Baph, Zvrk, I'm going to need you guys to... How do you plan on clinging on to this dinosaur?
Baph has a length of rope and is already, has a rope around... Baph has a length of rope around her waist.
A good move. Zvrk?
They will try to jump on the back of the pterodactyl and hug it so they cannot fall.
Okay, in that case, Zvrk, seeing as you are just hugging it, I'm gonna need strength. And Baph, you get dexterity because you've got rope to hang on to. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Zvrk, you get tossed off. Both of you get tossed off. What the fuck? Okay. With that, it's gonna, that's now enough time for it to make another attack at the Admiral. I'm sorry. A 9 does not hit though, so it takes another peck, but you manage to dodge out of the way. Zvrk.
Okay.
Quit fooling around, kids.
Baph is going to try and loop the rope around the pterodactyl like a pair of reins, so around its face like a pair of reins. So she'll be secured to the pterodactyl and hopefully be able to control it a little bit.
All right, have another go. I will give you advantage now that you've had a second go. Ditto with you, Zvrk, if you want to re-roll.
Okay, let's try. That's an 18.
8.
Okay, no, you have advantage, both of you. So you can re-roll if you want to go higher. That's a 7. God.
Baph grabs onto Zvrk.
Yeah, you know what? With an 18, I'm gonna say yeah. You've got this loop. You've got the rope looped around because you need to hold on to Zvrk. You're gonna have not great control. But you guys are now on the back of this pteranodon, and yeah, Admiral, what's your next move?
Gonna take off and make a beeline for the center of the sky of this carriage.
Fantastic. All right, the moment that you take into the air, so the pteranodon does this little waddle right to the edge and jumps off, and it has this moment where Baph and Zvrk, it does this terrifying dip down before its wings snap open properly, can fly back into the air, and flapping here, there, and everywhere. And this is one of the points where I'm so distraught that this is all over audio because you can't see the wonderful arm gestures I'm doing as I'm dictating this giant pseudo bird. So yeah, it's flapping after you, Admiral. Is going. Can I just question what is your flying speed?
Okay, that's a good question. What is an... How do you
Usually
say
it's...
Aarakocra? Yeah, which is not what Admiral is on her sheet, but...
I believe it's 30 feet? Let me pull up the wiki.
Yeah, please do, because this thing has a flying speed of
50 feet.
50 feet, okay.
Aarakocra has 50 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good. That means, you do have, a little bit of a, you got a bit of a head start, thankfully, which you really need, because soon enough, this thing is snapping at your feet. Yes, it's flying, it is flying a little bit slower, thanks to the tunes it's got on its back, but it's still managing about, 55 feet, whereas normally it would be at 60, so it catches up quickly. It's soon snapping at your heels, but yeah, you manage to get to the center of the thing, and just as this happens, the volcano chooses this moment to explode.
Of course it does.
And
go ahead.
I'm gonna need an animal handling check from Baph, seeing as you're the one currently controlling this thing, and I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you, Admiral.
Come on.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, jeez.
No!
That's a nat 1 animal handling.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
No.
And I said that I can't even say you've got advantage or anything on that because... Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Okay. This is the point where if I kind of want to push the story ahead to make things go a little bit faster here. Easiest way of doing this is Kraken, you do still have your other inspiration point. You do not have to use it if you want to. It will speed up this next section though, and stop your friends from falling to their deaths.
I mean, I was going to use it to stop them from falling to their deaths when we got to the hatch, but this is about the same thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Are they both falling off?
Yeah. If you don't save them, this is them falling. With that crit fail.
Okay. What she's going to do, I think, seeing this happen, she's going to take the egg out of her hammer space. We'll have to roll that, and just throw it. She's going to yeet the eggs so that the dinosaur goes for it and ignores them.
Oh no!
Yeah, you yeet the egg, and just as this dinosaur looks like it's about to shake your two friends free, as it's trying to go after you, it realizes that, oh, wait, no, there's my egg, and starts and makes a little bit of a dive down to grab it, while Baph and Zvrk are still attached on its back. You guys now have no control over this thing, but the good news is you're not falling. And I will say that dexterity saving throw from before, Admiral, it was because, that boulder that you tipped into the volcano? It's now covered in It's now covered in lava, and it's flying right at you. And in fact, it smashes right into the ceiling.
Oh.
So, because you put, as this volcano spews lava everywhere, and I mean, when it explodes, it has exploded. It has, chaos absolutely everywhere. You can see dinosaurs down there panicking. But this boulder that you threw in somehow was perfectly targeted and gets thrown exactly at you, smashes into the ceiling, and where these two, and you guys can now see, well, at least the Admiral can see, Baph and Zvrk, I'm sorry, you're kind of on a renegade pteranodon. Pteranodon. And it actually crashes into the ceiling and splits apart two of the plates that had been holding the ceiling of the carriage in place. And Admiral, you can now see a large enough crack that you could probably crawl through it into this dark mechanical workings, behind the ceiling.
Fascinating.
Okay, and I think Zvrk and actually, let me do this real quick. Is the Pteranodon manages to snatch its egg out of mid-air with that 17, and it's then kind of yes, it's still flapping in the air. It's now it's a lot calmer now that it has its egg back. So thankfully, Baph and Zvrk, you guys can actually keep a hold on it quite easily. Do you want to make me another animal handling roll just to see if you can now get it to fly back to the ceiling and away from the lava on the ground?
Yes. Oh my god!
Give me... No, you know what? You have advantage because it's calmed down now that it's got its egg.
Okay.
I'm not dealing with another crit one. It's 9.
9.
Oh god. Okay.
Abbigull's gonna wait to get its attention again. It's probably still not happy.
Yeah.
The carriage let me ride one dinosaur. It doesn't want me to ride another.
Okay. Zvrk, did you have anything that might help here, maybe?
I was gonna ask if Zvrk can roll for animal too.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're writing this thing as well. If Baph isn't having a good time, yes. Okay. That's a 17. Thank fuck.
They pat it and say, "Can you please go up?"
Oh, see, you are asking nicely rather than just tugging on the rope, so it does actually hear you. And also, because you're the only one that didn't try to steal its egg, it's a fair bit more inclined to listen to you.
Yeah.
And still gripping its egg, it does kind of start flapping you up, and soon enough you're near the ceiling right next to Abbigull as well.
Okay.
It's not the hatch, but Abbigull figures if this thing explodes on the regular, the carriage itself doesn't get harmed, so being inside the ceiling is a good place to be. She's going to try and wiggle in there and motion for the other two to try and follow.
Okay.
Absolutely. I won't make you roll anything if you want to just climb in and up and through the mechanisms of this thing. You heading up there too, Zvrk?
Yep.
As I say, Baph is going to make a point to get Zvrk through first.
Oh.
Yeah, Abbigull's reaching out to also like grab Zvrk and help pull him in.
Yeah. You must look after the child. Alright, as soon as you hop off the Pteranodon, it goes swooping down and vanishes into the smoke that is now filling the carriage as the volcano just goes everywhere. Good news is, like, you don't hear any, like, you hear dinosaurs screaming. You do not hear any toons screaming. So as far as you know, the captain and Boggle are probably okay, but who knows?
Yeah.
And as you get up there, you are climbing through the mechanics of this thing. Baph especially, considering you kind of know what to feel out for, you can feel like this specific magical aura that you like felt before at the very beginning of this whole thing, like woven in between everything as you climb through these gears and giant arms. And you get to the top of like all these workings, and you kind of squint a bit because it's kind of dark here, but that seems like a hatch in the ceiling there.
Baph is absolutely fascinated with all of this. Like, she's studying the gears and like looking at everything now that the danger of volcano is over. So she just finds all of this utterly fascinating.
Yeah, there's gears here ranging between like the size of your fingernail to like full arm span across. It's very intricate workings here. Sorry, Kirsty, you were saying something.
Could we please make a small break because I have to fix something?
Yeah, sure thing. Like I was gonna say,
right.
the game's gonna be ending in like 5 minutes. But if you need to go do that, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna be here very quick.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo.
Like right next to the end of this. Yeah, but I was going to say, like, to keep up momentum, Baph, may I ask actually, why are you so interested in all the gears? Or is it just, ooh, this is cool?
So that has to, like, that plays into, Baph wasn't a warlock for very long. That was kind of part of her pact. She was an artificer prior to a warlock. And so she's really interested in all of this. Like, the knowledge has kind of faded, but
this
it's still there.
This would be right in your wheelhouse there. You would, and like, that's probably, again, you know a bit of magic, especially like the artificer kind of magic. You would be able to recognize this as like an artificer's work, admittedly way more advanced than anything you've ever seen.
This is so far beyond anything that she is able to comprehend, but it's still just fascinating.
Amazing. Yeah, Admiral, how are you doing, like, being exposed to all this?
The Admiral is focused on finding that escape hatch to get out. The Admiral likes artificery. She's a huge fan of customizing her own ship with the stuff, but she also doesn't personally understand it a lot. She just kind of employs someone to handle that or gets regular check-ins. So it's neat, but it's not something she much recognizes.
Yeah, you're kind of on a mission here. There's not really much time
Exactly.
Yeah, entirely
We're getting these youngins out of the carriage.
No,
absolutely valid.
I've got to say, I'm kind of sad that you didn't keep the egg, because that would have been really cool to get.
I know.
That would have been incredible.
Yeah. Sorry, Kirst, were you back, or was that just...
Yes.
Yeah, alright, welcome
Yes,
back. Okay, fantastic. That's okay. Like, if you need to go sort something, but again, we are so close to the beginning. You guys have managed to find the hatch after crawling through the space. It was not an easy. You've gotten rather grubby. You've gotten like some sort of oil and everything on your clothes now. But yeah, you've got to the hatch. Give me a strength roll.
Oh boy. Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Like, thank you, Zvrk, for having all the good rolls at the end of this game. because that was an 8 and a 4 from the Admiral and Baph, and then a 13 from Zvrk. It's a tough time, but the three of you working together, Zvrk especially, you just need to get out of there. You're so done with this carriage, you need to be off this train, Zvrk. You give it a good tug and it opens up. And you guys can climb out onto the top of the train.
What is outside? What does the outside look like?
Absolutely nothing. It is a completely blank and black void with just the dark grey metal of this train spanning from one end to the other of this infinite void.
Oh, Baph hates this.
Abbigull loves this. Abbigull is incredibly interested. Abbigull loves this. She's looking
No, this is like literally what her patron Phantasmagoria. This is exactly what its realm looks like. Baph is not having a good time.
Zvrk?
It's night without stars.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, there's a little bit of difference, because they're like a night without stars and everything. Like, yes, okay, it is still blackness. It doesn't quite feel like it sucks at you like this void does. This is an area where you feel like you probably shouldn't be. I will say, though, as you notice and kind of look around, from one end you have got the train kind of trailing into infinity in one end. You look the other way and you can actually see a whole bunch of figures, like at least a dozen of them, walking down the train away from you at the other, like heading towards the other end.
Oh, can Zvrk roll perception, because they really want to see some two people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a 22. Okay, who are you looking
They
for?
really want to see them.
All right.
They're looking for Tammy and Sigil.
I am sorry to say that you do not actually see them yet, but I will say you get a wonderful look at everyone else there. And I'm not gonna go naming every single person, but for the past 2 episodes that people have escaped, like gotten out of the train, they are out there. You also see like a handful of other people that are still passengers, like toons of varying kinds. You get a good look at everyone. You get a good look at the fact that there are a couple of toons that seem to be riding in a floating box, much like the one you arrived in. I'm sorry to say that Tammy and Sigil are not part of this group, not quite yet.
They're kind of sad now.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
Baph notices and offers Zvrk her hand.
Yeah.
They take it.
Abbigull is taking both their hands and just going, okay, let's go catch up with them.
And I think that is a beautiful note to end this episode on, because like the moment you get there, you will be welcomed into the fold as you continue this trek down the train, and you will continue to pick up more and more people as you keep going down. And that was beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the longest Neverending Train episode there has been in quite a while. But you know what? It was a delight. It was great. Thank you, everyone. Do you all want to say, before I stop the recording, do you want to all say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.